And I think South Florida and both James Madison will be. I don't think they will. I mean, they've got 2 losses.
They do.
For what it's worth, and it may not be worth much, but Saturday could be a really big day for Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss. If A&M beats Oklahoma beats Alabama, not crazy, right? I mean, that's far from a shocking upset.
Probably toughest game of the year for Alabama to date.
Maybe so. At Georgia, I'd still say it's tougher than Oklahoma, but if Texas wins at Georgia, that doesn't shock you guys, right? We don't come in here blown away. I mean, those are 2 not shocking outcomes. And Ole Miss beats Florida. They're all of a sudden a top 4 team and right back in the thick of it for the SEC championship. Don't know how all the tie breaks would shake out yet, but they are right in the thick of the SEC championship just by beating Florida.
Yeah, I do think that would be a pretty big ticket, Ole Miss A&M.
The first time for both. Yeah, I would agree with you. But, I mean, this is a guy that's up for every single job. All of a sudden you would wake up Sunday morning with you're about to be in the 4 byes, and you're right in the thick of the SEC championship race. Now, I don't think he's going to get all those upsets to happen, but if he did, all of a sudden Ole Miss is in some rarefied air.
I mean, it's just number 11 in the AP poll, Oklahoma over Alabama, and number 10 in the AP poll, Texas over number 5, Georgia. Not even major upsets.
No, they're far from shocking. Yeah. I just don't think you'd get both of them.
Keep in mind, though, as you talk about the potential of Texas A&M and Ole Miss in the SEC championship game, since 2014, every SEC championship game has either had
Alabama or Georgia.
Georgia.
And this one will, too, in all likelihood.
Well, I think it'll have both.
You think so?
Yeah.
Well, what's going to happen to A&M?
I really do. I mean, I think Georgia's probably going to win this week. Alabama's going to win. I think A&M's going to lose. But I don't know how the 3-team.
Yeah, the tiebreak is going to be so tricky with A&M because they don't play any of these teams.
I showed you earlier. We'll meet at the Valero and we'll flip a coin.
Could you imagine Mike Elko, Caleb DeBoer, Kirby Smart?
I mean, they do it at Rockies. We could show up.
Leads. Do that AI. Do Elko, Kiffin, and Kirby. At a Valero, flipping a coin to see who goes to the SEC championship game to play Alabama.
But, the funny thing is I don't think anybody wants the coin to go their way,
That's right?
Yeah.
They'd be flipping to lose.
I mean, if you're Ole Miss and A&M, though, and it's those 2 in the game, you got to play it to win for your fans, don't you?
Try to win the championship.
They've never won an SEC championship. I mean,
I would say last year, the fact that Georgia won the SEC championship, now the season ended the way it did, meant a lot to the Georgia folks.
Yeah, they traded their quarterback for it, though.
Yeah, I mean, if they wouldn't have lost back, I think they beat Notre Dame, and who knows?
I mean, trading your starting quarterback for it, and I know you never know that going in, but that is the risk. I mean, I don't know that it was worth that.
All right, that's the show today. We appreciate you being with us. Don't forget our friends at Bud Light. They will be with us Friday, another road trip, last one of the year in Tuscaloosa, as we head down to Innisfree, 11 to 2 as we time shift the show again, 11 to 2. Innisfree live on Friday, brought to you by our friends at Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Bama and Bourbon coming up. You can go back and get unlocked with Lance. Lance'sLock.com. All the programming he has for you over there nonstop. Until next time, God bless you and God bless America. Think about the best summer nights of your life. How many of those were in a great t-shirt? Visit nextround.store to get the perfect t-shirt for the next perfect southern night. Nextround.store. The memories are waiting.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to Shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown,
Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the next round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
Brandon Marcello is on this show in the next segment in the first hour. We can't wait to talk to our friend from CBS Sports about a lot of stuff going on in college football. College basketball was huge last night. They're smart enough to play those big games like last night between the Monday night football and the Thursday night football, and it was only against Maction. So many good top 20 matchups. And by the way, Alabama's strength of schedule went higher last night. That was a dropping sound. Yeah. It went higher last night because the teams Alabama's about to play looked really good again last night. Auburn won. We'll talk about that coming up here on the show. The actual big games on the field. We'll get to the college football selection show. But yesterday afternoon, Forrester sends me a little updated tweet like, Jim, what's happening? Nick Saban's the betting favorite to be the LSU coach, 2-1 odds. 2-1 odds at LSU. So I had to text some people.
So you did digging, huh?
I texted people in the know. The response I got back, let me just read it.
Okay.
So I'll get it word for word. I sent the graphic from SEC Mike Bratton, that had him 2-1 betting odds.
Yeah. By the way, I would give this a 0% chance.
Oh wow!
I want you to tell me how. After I read this response to somebody in the know, I was like, "Hey, should I be investing in real estate in Baton Rouge? Is Saban going back there?" That is not happening. Is the response I got from.
Were there periods between that and is and not? Okay,
but
you read it that way.
I pictured it being that is not happening.
Okay. Can I ask, is this person, I'm not asking you to give up your sources.
Oh, no, but very much in the know.
In the know with the Saban family.
Would definitely know what's going on.
With the Saban family.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, he one time said he would not be the coach at Alabama, and he left the Dolphins and came back.
But he was actually coaching at that time, so it does feel
I actually had a conversation with a big Louisiana guy last night, and he was talking about Billy Napier. There were a lot of people that wanted Billy Napier back in the day. He thinks that could affect Summerall.
Wait a minute.
No, he's talking about the LSU job.
Yeah. Okay.
Billy Napier in the LSU job?
No. Back in the day.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
Lafayette
Gotcha.
LSU.
Okay.
They didn't like that.
That's great news for Auburn.
Now they look at it, and they're like, well, glad we didn't hire this guy.
Yeah.
Now when Summerall comes up, they point to that. Okay. So as much as some people would like Summerall.
Yeah. Before we get into that, I want you to go back to your Saban comments.
Yeah,
okay.
I was going to get to that because I asked him about Saban, and he was like, absolutely 0 chance. Yeah. I don't think Saban wants to coach again. And why would you go back to LSU, a place you've already accomplished so much and got them going in the right direction of being an elite program? And I think it would take away from what he did in Alabama.
Yeah, I'll read it again. That is not happening. So I agree with you on that. But then you explained to me, Mr. I know everything about gambling.
Is that you, Lance?
Oh,
well, why is it 2-1 odds? Why all of a sudden is it 2-1 odds? That's the part I think. Yeah. I think everyone who's watching right now, I think that's the part they don't understand. If there's no fire, why is it 2-1 odds all of a sudden? Why is he the betting favorite? Why is there smoke? Why does that happen?
Well, you've got to post somebody, and I mean, you do.
I got to fill the slot.
Yeah. You really do. And like, I was going to pull some other examples
Furman has
of
told
coaches.
Furman has told us before these are very inefficient markets. That, and correct me if I'm wrong, Lance. I am not Mr. Knows Everything about gambling by any stretch. These are limited. You can only bet limited amount of money on this, right?
Yeah.
Because
you would have a maybe $1,000 is what it would be.
Because when I look at this, normally, and I'm not saying you didn't do this on purpose, Jim, but normally people would say, hey, Bet Online, which is where you got this, where Scott sent us this. Bet Online has Nick Saban as a favorite. I always look at this as a advertisement for Bet Online.
Yeah. If I put somebody crazy out
That's
there,
right.
Oh, Bet Online. Yeah. And I'm like, what is Bet Online? Let me click on Bet Online.
Right. And am I going to take some bets I may lose on that? Sure, but that's marketing, right? Yep. That's a marketing write-off.
Yeah, I will tell you right now, of the open head coaches they've got, Like right now, John Summerall is minus 150 to be the Auburn.
I was going to bring that up. He's in the minus territory, not the plus territory, which would be
DJ
great
Durkin is behind him at 3-1. And I'll get to a point here. Lane Kiffin 1-3 to be Florida's next coach, minus 300. That's heavy.
That's heavy.
So they really believe that he is going to be the guy. Eli Drinkwitz right behind him at plus 120. Saban is 2-1. Behind him, plus 375. Lane Kiffin at 4-1. Joe Brady. 5-1 Clark Lee.
Yeah.
Arkansas, Ryan Silverfield is 2-1. James Franklin plus 250. I hadn't even heard Franklin's name mentioned for Arkansas. Yeah. And then Eric Morse is your Oklahoma State. Brian Hartline, Penn State, Jed Fish, UCLA. I mean, they got to have somebody.
Yeah, you're flying through all of those things there, all those jobs from Bet Online. The favorite, Ryan Silverfield, he's also taking on the most bets. Auburn, John Summerall, who passed Kenny Dillingham. John Summerall is now the betting favorite, but DJ Durkin is taking the most bets.
Interesting
there.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, you're not really.
Job interview.
You're not getting any value. I mean, you're having to lay 150 to win $100 with Summerall, and you put $100 down, you win 300 on Durkin.
Yeah.
And I think Durkin's going to be the guy.
Couple of texts.
I hope Summerall's the guy.
Couple of texts last night. John Summerall seems to be the target to the people I talk to. If John Summerall doesn't take the Auburn job for whatever reason, Lance's plate. That is the DJ Durkin line.
So we go Summerall Durkin. That's our line right there.
Durkin.
Wow, how about that?
Why would Summerall not take this job outside of being offered another job? Because I don't think you stay at Tulane and roll the dice on another coaching cycle when you can get the Auburn job.
So Summerall, the reason I wouldn't take it, and I am not saying this is an existing issue. I'm just saying reasons you wouldn't take any job, okay? But you've asked me specifically about the Auburn job.
They got Saban at 50-1 to take the Auburn job.
Yeah, that ain't happening.
So just saying they throw names out there.
If I look at Auburn and I do my digging in the NIL and I find that it maybe isn't quite as funded as I think it should be, if I see that there's not the alignment that everybody is saying that now exists at Auburn, those would be reasons I wouldn't take it. I wouldn't take it, because the SEC, I mean, I got to ask the question, can I win the SEC there? Can I make the college football playoffs? I think the answer is yes at Auburn. But those are all questions I ask. And if you're John Summerall and you do the pros cons and too many of those land on the cons, that's why I don't take it. I don't just take it because I'm going to make a lot of money.
You know where you can't win the SEC? Tulane.
That is correct.
Can't win it there, not since the 60s.
But I can keep coaching at Tulane and wait, and see what else comes open. But
I do think probability, you've got a better chance of being one of the 4 or 5 teams for an at-large in the SEC than just winning the American.
Yes. Yeah. You're saying easier path to the playoff is being an at-large in the SEC or winning the American. I would say being an at-large in the SEC, depending on where I'm the coach. Now, if you're asking me to do it,
But I believe, based on Auburn's history, that I can get them to 10 wins again.
Yeah.
Nick Saban surpassed Joe Brady as the betting favorite at LSU. Nick Saban also taking on the most bets at Bet Online for LSU.
Might as well wipe your ass with that ticket.
Then Bet Online's getting exactly what they want, right? They're going to load up on all those bets, and they're not going to pay them.
Yeah. Most bets at Oklahoma State is Alex Golish. Most bets at Penn State is Brian Hartline. Most bets at UCLA is Tony White. And most bets at Virginia Tech is on James Franklin. Eric Morris, who I believe is North Texas, correct?
North Texas.
Is the betting favorite for the Oklahoma State job.
Yeah.
I'm not sure Alex Golish leaves South Florida for Oklahoma State.
Yeah, I could see Eric Morris leave North Texas 100%.
Yeah.
And I think Oklahoma State fans would welcome that if you watched the Mean Green's offense this year, because Drew Mestemaker, the freshman quarterback, he takes him with him.
We talked about that. A little package deal, whoever gets that North Texas coach taking the freshman quarterback and running back. We talked about it Friday on our road show.
So to circle back to Saban and LSU, two thoughts on this. First thought.
Just to say it again. That is not happening.
No. I agree. I agree. And I'm about to tell you why.
Yeah.
What do you think Nick Saban valued the most as head coach at Alabama?
Control.
Autonomy.
Does it appear that anybody has autonomy at LSU?
He did when he was there.
But he's not there right now. So what's it look like right now?
Oh, no, not right now. But Alabama had no autonomy before Nick Saban was there.
They did not. But they also didn't have a governor meddling. They didn't have somebody saying an athletic director can't fire people or can't hire people. I mean, There is not the alignment that Nick Saban would want. Now, could they fix that for Saban? You would like to think so, right? But there's not that alignment by any stretch of the imagination.
Governor Landry's gotten on the wrong side of people with some of the comments. We immediately said, look, he's wrong. Like, they're not funding this buyout. Like, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And a lot of people in Louisiana are sharing that sentiment. They're not happy with him right now. So I think if Nick Saban was to take this job, I think everybody would shut up. Yep. But there's no chance.
But now here's the second part. I talked to somebody yesterday. The best way I could describe this person is involved in the college football world, but no dog in the fight as it pertains to LSU. Okay, is that a
sure? Yep.
Somebody that's in the know a little bit, but not at all involved in LSU.
Brent Musburger
said that, true or not, the perception among people in college football, coaches and agents right now, is LSU's cash-strapped. And that perception exists because of what they're trying to do to Brian Kelly. That LSU does not have the money that everybody thinks that they have.
I would tell you they offered him $30 million on a lump sum. That's a lot of money.
I'm just telling you what I was told, Jim.
That's a lump sum.
LSU then doesn't know how to. They're not good savers. They're financially they're inept.
Whatever you want to say, I'm just telling you. This person said, true or not, the perception among many agents and coaches in the college football world is that LSU doesn't have the money everybody thinks they have, which is going to impact your NIL push. And now, look, LSU can open their books to an agent and say that is not in fact true. Here's what we have in the NIL kitty. Here, I'll bring in the 5 biggest boosters, and they can tell you how much they pledged. LSU can easily fight that. But I'm telling you, that is a perception that is out there about LSU.
Matt Moscano last night, talking about Nick Saban being the betting favorite, says he also doesn't think it's happening. But he says for it to get the 2-to-1 odds, could at some point, does that mean Nick Saban's listening to some people talk to him occasionally about the job? And at some point, could he make an impulsive decision to jump back in it? When I heard that, I thought to myself, and I think Matt knows this too when he said it, the one thing Nick Saban is not is impulsive.
Impulsive. A guy plans breakfast every day.
Yeah.
He's
a routine guy.
Yeah.
He's a guy who plans out, like you knew in December what practice was going to be like on April the 17th. He already had the periods planned out. He doesn't do anything impulsive.
Auburn's got the DJ Durkin line. I think LSU's is the Joe Brady line, right? Is that fair?
That's probably fair, I would say.
I think Joe Brady would leave.
Joe Brady's stock right now is...
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, look, he's 4-1 to get this job.
I think the Joe Brady line's lower than the DJ Durkin line.
I would agree with that.
Maybe. Here's the problem, though. Like LSU, like talking to this guy again last night, like he has no idea who they're going to hire because of right now the perception of the job.
Yep. I agree with you about the betting odds, what they're saying with Lane Kiffin. It feels like Florida is going to pull them out more. Florida's going to sit back and wait until the Ole Miss season's over with and wait and see what Lane says. And then after that, they'll go get somebody else.
That person I talked to yesterday, I ran my line by him, that I've been using a lot. I'm like, I don't know where, but the end result of this entire carousel is Lane Kiffin's going to be the highest paid coach in college football. And that person told me, if what I am told is true, that could be tomorrow. I was like, whoa, what do you mean? He's like, no, I just mean that Ole Miss will make him right now, tomorrow, on his desk, the highest paid coach in college football.
Well, I mean, you heard Klatt on Monday said that there's a blank check from both LSU and Ole Miss.
Yeah. But, I mean, he said, I can tell you that is on the desk right now of Lane Kiffin or Jimmy Sexton or whoever would have it, that Ole Miss will make him the highest paid coach in college football. And he said, look, they probably think it's silly to do it, but they've also never had this level of success, and they know how detrimental it would be to end up back on the coaching carousel.
Well, I don't know how enforceable this is, but you guys, I mean, if you had that kind of leverage right now, if you're Lane Kiffin, why would you not say, okay, I'll take $12 million, but I want a guaranteed $20 million next year for NIL, and it scales up.
Yeah.
It goes up 10 or 15% every single year, and get that in stone, because I think that's just as important, obviously.
Final thought from, again, people in the know. This 2-to-1 Saban thing, who did Alabama play this past week?
LSU.
Who do you think maybe showed up over at the box, Nick Saban box, with his family occasionally?
Verge?
You think Verge was over there occasionally? You think if you're all of a sudden there's video or pictures of Verge and Nick Saban talking, does that change the betting odds at Bet Online?
You think Verge was coming back from the bathroom and he just stumbled into Saban? Oh, hey, Nick.
I mean, look, he did a lot of great things for college football, did a lot of great things for our state, for our business, what we do for a livelihood.
Nick Saban, not Verge.
Yeah, Nick Saban, not Verge. I mean, would you guys want to see him coach LSU? I mean, I wouldn't mind it because
you know why I wouldn't? Go ahead.
No, I want him to do anything that makes him happy and he'd be successful at. I don't want to see him go back and coach and be what Bill Belichick has been.
Exactly. My fear, Lance, and I have the utmost respect for Nick Saban, as you guys, I mean, we all do. My fear would be he could only tarnish. He's viewed as the greatest coach to ever have done it. Yeah. And I think he could only tarnish that at LSU, honestly.
Unless he was to go back 5 years and win 2 more national championships.
Yeah, I just don't think he would.
Hey, by the way, I watched Boomer and Geo this morning because I don't have – I just randomly was on CBS Sports Network. And it looks like Belichick, although he's killed his legacy, they believe he's going to be the New York Giants next head coach. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, wow. They're incorrect. Belichick saying yesterday, I am not interested in that job. Diana Rossini also reporting he wants to build something meaningful at North Carolina, that he is not going to the Giants. So that's from Belichick and from Diana Rossini. No offense to Boomer and Carlson.
Boomer and Carton.
Boomer and Geo.
No, Boomer and Geo. Carton used to be on there. He got caught up in that scam, so he's on Fox Sports.
A lot to get to on the college football selection show after we were key squirrels in that opening segment there about coaching searches. Show being brought to you by our friends at Central State Bank. Tell us about Central State Bank.
It is the bank that is big enough to meet every single need you have, but also small enough to know you because they are a great community bank. Central State Bank. That is where you go to chase your dreams, whether that dream is simply to own a new car, to start a new business. They've got the tools, the team, the personal touch to help you win. For more than 100 years, they've given you trusted service, large enough to serve you, small enough to know you, rooted in community, driven by relationships. It is Central State Bank, member FDIC.
Again, only 6 weeks out from the holidays, or actually 6 weeks out from Christmas. Holidays will be here before you know it. You're going to be trying to figure out what to get as far as gifts for the wife, the girlfriend, mom, sister, whoever it is. Get them the gift of luxury from Birmingham's Best Day Spa, the Woodhouse Day Spa, located at the Summit Shopping Centers right off of Highway 280. They can choose from a menu of over 70 options, including the massages, body treatment, skincare, waxing, nail services. Woodhouse Day Spa, voted America's Best Day Spa since 2009. Stop in, located conveniently at the Summit Shopping Centers. Go see Stuart and the great staff. Tell them the next round sent you, or order 24/7 online, birmingham.woodhousespas.com.
All right, so we'll talk more about the playoffs in football with Brandon Marcello here at the bottom of the hour, but quickly, here's the rankings from last night that had Ohio State number 1, Indiana number 2, Texas A&M number 3, Alabama number 4. There was a lot of debate. Should Texas A&M jump Indiana? I'm glad they didn't do that. The 4 stay the same. Georgia stays the same at 5. Texas Tech up to 6 over Ole Miss. There's Oregon, Notre Dame, Texas, Oklahoma, and there's where BYU dropped at number 12. Of note, Miami all the way up to 15, and they're the top ACC team ahead of Georgia Tech. They have no path really to the ACC championship game, so they're basically playing for at large. Your big takeaways last night. I'll go first. And I don't know if you guys were watching the show, but Heather Dinich actually said during the show that inside the room, the committee members talk about the final call in the Georgia Tech-Wake Forest game, the missed call. And there's almost a perception in the room.
There was a loss?
That they're almost considering Georgia Tech with a loss and a half or 2 losses.
Well, they got behind a 2-loss team in their conference, so they're treating them as such. Yeah.
Which was surprising to me to hear Heather say that.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you.
And for the committee to react that way.
Yeah.
Well, if you're going to do that, and look, I know it's a different set of circumstances, different time in the game, because that was an offsides that should have been called. They could have victory formation, that game's over. But Georgia doesn't if that whole sequence doesn't go down, I think Auburn beats Georgia. So if I'm part of the committee, am I supposed to look at Georgia and be like,
Lance
oh,
is
well,
right.
they're a 2-loss team?
Lance is right.
Great
I mean,
point.
yeah, you could go back and say, God, that replay, it's 17-0.
That's way
at the
too
half.
dangerous to start that
No, it
precedent.
is a super slippery slope, I think.
You could also go back to, you could look at Oklahoma a little different, that little illegal play they ran on the sidelines against Auburn.
Yeah, no, that's why it's such a slippery slope, because you can start going back call after call after call after call.
Yeah, if you do that, the committee might be able to get Hugh his job back.
All of a sudden, Auburn's in the mix.
I think BYU is fascinating because you brought them up yesterday, and for them to drop to 12, they still have a ranked team left on the schedule, and that's at Cincinnati. So they've got TCU at Cincy, Central Florida. If they win out, I mean, they could be 7 or 8 and then playing in a conference championship game nobody wants to play in.
Yeah. Well, seeing Texas Tech move up to 6 with their schedule they have left, they're in.
They're in.
They're in.
They're in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
think they're in, win or lose in the conference championship.
I don't think there's any
Well,
way.
unless they drop one of these into the regular season games they shouldn't lose.
Yeah.
I think win or lose in the Big 12 championship game, Texas
So
Tech
they're
is
this
in.
year's SMU.
Yeah.
They're playing their conference championship game, and
They're
it's a
in.
free pop.
And
Okay?
it depends on what BYU does, whether or not the Big 12
I
gets
promise
to.
you, if I got a one-loss BYU playing Texas Tech, I don't care what the number is. I don't care what the circumstances. You guys remind me on this. I'm playing BYU because the Big 12,
think we're gonna
their
have the refs?
officials, yes,
Touchdown.
100%, anything and everything they can to get two teams in.
They want the money.
Ring that bell. So to make sure I heard you correctly, and I don't know if this is official, Miami cannot get to their championship game, or is this just a super complicated path?
I don't think Miami can get there. From everywhere I read, everyone writes Miami cannot get to the ACC championship game.
that is amazing that Mario Cristobal is going to come this close in back-to-back years and miss it in both years.
But the path to, I mean, think about who's ahead of them now in the rankings. Vandy, who still has, including Tennessee left.
Yep.
Utah, who has a decent schedule left.
Yeah,
Utah's in a bad spot, though.
But they could still get in their conference championship because one of their losses is out of conference, right?
Utah, no, they lost to
This is
BYU
both?
and
Okay,
Texas Tech.
my bad.
BYU.
So they're in trouble. Yeah.
Oklahoma, Texas, and Oregon. All those teams have at least one losable game ahead of them. And if Miami wins out and still misses the ACC championship game, there's upward movement left for Miami to.
Well,
I guess the debate comes down, if Duke wins the ACC championship, is the ACC's best shot of getting in, not through an automatic bid with Duke, but through Miami as a at-large bid. Because remember, Miami has beaten Notre Dame and USF, who are on the committee's radar, both playoff teams right now, and Florida, whatever you make of that.
boy, that is a nightmare for this committee, though. Like, when you just walk through what you walk through, look how much they start inching closer to Notre Dame. And that's the problem, is if you get to that 11th hour and you got 11 spots in that 11th hour and you've got Notre Dame at 11, Miami at 12, what do you do?
Yeah.
If you're the committee, do you say, okay, we could defend this when they were 5 spots apart, but now they're 1 spot apart and they met head to head. What do we do?
That
here?
would be really, really
That's going to be tough, yeah.
Oftentimes we've seen those two latch together. If you want to put Notre Dame in, you drag Miami with them.
Where are you guys on a 3-loss at large? Just because, before the season, part of our 3 guarantees, I had Texas being the first ever 3-loss team.
I think they're the best shot of being it.
So if they lose to Georgia this week and then turn around and beat A&M.
Yeah, like they can't lose. They can't lose to A&M though because the lasting impression, right?
Yeah.
Like they need to lose this week.
I think that's the order you need to do
Is
it.
A&M still unbeaten? Is A&M number 3 or number 2 in the country at that point? Then I don't think that's a bad loss.
But I think it sets. I mean, both are going to be top 5. But if they lose this weekend and then they beat an undefeated A&M to end the season at 9-3,
that's more of a pop.
Yeah, I think it is.
It's more of a pop. But I think either one of these, if you win either one of these,
so if I just win even money, is a 3-loss team get in this year?
Texas is the only one.
Texas is the shot.
Yeah, I can't see another one, Lance. I don't know who else you can make a case for.
Yeah, I guess you can.
I mean, Alabama's resume is going to be better than Texas's even if they lose to Oklahoma and Auburn.
Yeah, but boy, that's
you know what?
That'll be a bad.
Let me take
that'll
this
be a bad
back.
loss.
That's limping in.
No, but if they lose to Oklahoma or Auburn and then lose in the SEC championship game with 3 losses.
there is that path. Yes.
No, I'm not. I'm talking 3-loss regular season team getting in. I mean, you get to the championship game. We know for a fact you're locked out.
Texas is the
The
only
committee's
3-loss
even saying
team.
it now that it.
Oh yeah,
they don't say Big Ten SEC, but they're even saying that we only see you making it as a positive. That's another
right.
data point that you just made it to your championship
Right. They're
game.
telling you right now those are exhibition games.
Yeah,
That's what they're
another,
telling
you asked points on last night. It kind of brought this up yesterday. The Big Ten, I thought they were going to backload and try to inch those guys up. They've even got 3-loss Iowa still, not even on the back. They're at number 21 right now. Okay. So I think the Big Ten is trying with USC and Michigan. You see them up there. They're gonna find a way to get 4 teams in.
Yeah, or at least 3. They've got to at least have somebody in bump range just in case USC and Oregon loses. They got to get that third one in somehow. Got to at least have 3. All right, one more thing to get to in the opening segment before you get to Brandon Marcello, brought to you by our friends at Bojangles. Brownie, tell us about Bojangles.
Make it bow time at Bojangles, whether it is your high school football tailgate, if your team's still in the playoffs, college football watch parties, or your holiday parties. Let Bojangles cater those. Their hand-breaded chicken tenders, the great dipping sauces, the wonderful sides, the biscuits, they can all be yours. And don't forget those brand-new hand-breaded Bo Bites with a peach honey pepper sauce, available right now at your local Bojangles.
And our friends at Way to Wellness, a great way to simplify your weight loss with our friend Leslie and her board-certified team at Way to Wellness. Visit the website at planforme.com, planforme.com. Way to Wellness has a personalized plan that works and is designed specifically for you with no cookie-cutter plan. Whether you want a meal replacement, injection therapy, protein bars to prevent bad snacking, they've got it all for you. Planforme.com, planforme.com. No contracts, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free. It is Way to Wellness, your journey to healthy living. Last night in basketball, Auburn, number 22 in the country, they drill Wofford 93-62. The Key and Free show, as the great Kirk Sampson wrote. Keyshawn Hall, Elijah Freeman combining for 43. Now they get number 1 Houston here in Birmingham. Keyshawn Hall, 20 points, 11 rebounds, and 6 assists. Number 1 Houston in Birmingham, 2 o'clock on Sunday for that contest. By the way, Alabama-Purdue tomorrow night in Tuscaloosa. Number 1 in the coaches, number 2 in the AP. Alabama's next game after that, Illinois, who beat number 11 Texas Tech last night. Alabama's game after that, Gonzaga, who beat Creighton by 27 last night.
That was amazing.
Yeah, so Alabama's strength of schedule through the roof with the wins last night.
We had the Zags last night minus the points.
You could go to bed on that
That's
one.
our next sponsor to tell you about. Our friends at Hemp. He'll bring you Lance's Lock. You had the Gonzaga, the Zags last night.
Yep, another winning.
I assume they were not giving up 27 and a half.
11 and a half.
11 and a half.
Yeah.
Easy winner there.
Another winner right there. Another winning night for you guys. We were 1-0 in college football as well. Jump on board. Free play every single day, including later today with college football, the NBA, more college basketball. It's all available at lanceslog.com. Always brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Trust the name. Birmingham has trusted since 1954 for all of your plumbing, heating, cooling, any of those issues arise in your home or business. They are ready to serve you. Call Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there. Hard to stop a train. For more information, hemphillservices.com.
Follow LT on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor.
Have you been injured in an 18-wheeler accident, company truck accident, a car accident, or work-related accident? Call Alabama's largest personal injury firm. Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys will fight for every dollar you deserve, and it won't cost you a dime. Trust me. What do you say, man?
Call me, Alabama.
Call 659-777-7777 or go to shinara.com.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459 exit 31 Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the Next Round to tell you about one of our favorite places for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. That is Hamburger Heaven since 1982. Hamburger Heaven has been serving Birmingham's best hamburgers, cheeseburgers, French fries, hand-spun milkshakes, and sandwiches made fresh to order. All of their ingredients are fresh and prepared daily. This includes their beef, always fresh, never frozen, hand-pattied each and every day. For breakfast, lunch, or dinner, visit any of the 4 locations, Highway 280, Irondale, Gardendale, and Homewood.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 20/200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com.
Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Never miss anything from the next round when you listen on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, turn on automatic download so you can catch every part of the next round. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed, and support the show by following, subscribing, and turning on automatic downloads on any podcast platform. Listen anywhere in the world, anytime on the Next Round podcast feed. Thanks for always making the next round a big part of your day.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Brandon Marcello rolling in. You know, game day deserves the great taste of Coke Zero Sugar. So does Brandon Marcello, really, because fan work and college football work at CBSSports.com is thirsty work. Coke Zero Sugar.
That's very well done. Brandon Marcello is with us. Welcome in, Brandon. How are you today, friend?
Hey, what's up, guys?
Not much. Brandon with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. My colleagues here to my left, Lance and Jim, just both agreed, and I guess I agree too, so I'm going to ask you. They both agreed that after last night, assuming Texas Tech doesn't drop one of these into the regular season games, that they become this year's SMU, they play their conference championship game with a free pass. They are in as long as they don't drop one of these regular season games at the end. Do you agree?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not? To explain it better,
how could you explain it better?
They win all their games and they lose the Big 12 championship game. Texas Tech is still in.
I think that's exactly what I said, and Brandon, with very little conviction, agreed. I don't feel conviction here on this, Brandon.
Yeah, I mean, the problem is like we've been trending really toward a scenario where the ACC and Big 12 are shaping up to maybe only get one spot apiece just from their champions. But I agree with you because of the way Texas Tech's been playing. At some point, you know, that's just where they're ranked right now puts them in that scenario. They win out, they lose that Big 12 championship game, they would still be in. You know, I don't think that's going to happen. I think they're just going to win out and win the Big 12 championship game. But yeah, I think so too. I mean, the committee's put them up so high in the rankings, they'll be okay.
So we know, like, to the Big Ten, we know Ohio State and Indiana are pretty much locked. Oregon with the win at Iowa, they probably can drop either USC or Washington. They're still locked. If I put the number at 3.5 over under Big Ten teams in, do you think they can get that fourth team in, whether it be USC or Michigan?
No. I'd go under. Yeah, most definitely. I think USC is going to drop one more. And I've been thinking it since the preseason, and I think that in a lot of ways it's been the general thought that's kind of permeated through the committee's minds, and for that matter, fans, is that the Big Ten is a 3-bid league this year. And they'll probably be upset near the end of the year, much like some of the SEC fans last season when they were trying to get a 3-loss team in. But, that kind of leads to my next point. I don't know if you guys are going there, but we're getting closer and closer to a scenario where the SEC is going to get a team in with 3 losses this year.
Yeah. Lance actually projected that back in August. In the best,
okay, cool, yeah.
In the best case,
with Texas,
with Texas,
yeah,
and he actually said it would be Texas. Is that the best case scenario for the SEC? The 3
Yes.
loss, yeah,
3-loss Texas gets in. I think a 3-loss Texas gets in. They beat one of these top 5 teams remaining on their schedule. One of the 2 they've got, obviously, including this weekend. They get in.
Yeah. And helped out by the fact they played Ohio State about as good as anybody had in the opener. So there's no shame in that. You don't know this about me, but you spent time with me. You know my brain is not the best one in the world. I do a lot of things when I'm watching TV. Did Heather Dinich really talk last night about the committee sort of looking at the Georgia Tech Wake Forest bad call as the committee members are sort of holding that against Georgia Tech? Did I hear that correctly last night? Have you heard anything like that coming out of the room, that Georgia Tech, that Wake Forest Georgia Tech call is somehow a bad mark on Georgia Tech's resume?
I'm going to be honest with you. I don't watch that network.
Oh, you got YouTube TV. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that too. I only watch live games. I don't watch the shows on there. No, I mean, no offense. I'm friends with the people that I just don't watch it.
I understand.
I don't have time for it, and my job is to do what they're doing, pretty much. And I haven't talked to anybody in that room or anything like that. Because here's the thing. Like, reporting on what's happening in that room doesn't matter. It doesn't until the final week of the season, because what they say one day is going to change potentially the next day. You've got reasoning for everything. And I know how that is. I'm not criticizing them, because I do rankings every week like a lot of people, and then I just make up excuses for my rankings. Why did I put this team above that one? Well, I'll tell you why. I mean, everything's nothing matters to that final week. I mean, it's just a show. It's entertainment all the way up until that selection Sunday.
And let me apologize, as I'm very unprofessional of me to ask you that question. So I apologize about another network.
No, it's not. It's not. It's just I don't watch it. In fact, I couldn't have watched it last night anyway. I was at my son's basketball game, so
Your son is old enough for basketball already?
Yeah, man. Yeah, he's 7.
Oh my goodness.
Wow.
Yeah. Is he playing post or guard?
He's post. He's the tallest kid on the floor.
I'll dump it down to him. Make a living. Brent and Marcello with us at B Marcello on social media.
Hey, the guy down the road, Nate Oates, says he needs to learn how to still shoot the 3 ball, though, even though he's playing post. Get him out there on the arc.
My son's a pretty good shooter, too.
Okay,
he gets down the post a little bit, plays a lot of good defense, because, as you know, those kids that age, they're just all under the basket throwing it up pretty much, and so he's just up there going, You're not shooting above me.
Brandon with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline. As Oklahoma comes to Tuscaloosa, it is a do-or-die game for them. This was a game that left a very sour taste in Alabama's mouth last year, so it's a fascinating matchup in those terms. The most fascinating part of this could be the health of John Mateer. This offense has not been the same since his injury. Do you know where he is on that injury scale? I think I've even asked you this already. Is this also defensive coordinators catching up with Ben Arbuckle a little bit?
I do think it's a little bit of that, mostly, because at this point, John Mateer's hand situation is what it is. You can kind of coach around it a little bit. The problem for them is just trying to get the run game going to kind of spread things out, to kind of take that pressure off of them. Yeah, I mean, and I would also say that I also think that maybe earlier in the season, because of the competition, other than maybe Michigan, that the offense was never really explosive to begin with, if you know what I mean. And I think it's just kind of is what it is at this point. I think they're going to be a lot better actually next season offensively. if Arbuckle returns there, is not going elsewhere. But yeah, I mean this is like, I like OU this year, I really do, and I think they're a borderline playoff team. Like we see it in the rankings right now, but this is just a terrible matchup for them in Tuscaloosa on Saturday. I wouldn't be surprised at all if the Tide end up beating them by 2 or 3 touchdowns.
Wow.
Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh,
Hey,
blowout alert from Brandon.
Not that this is important, but if Vanderbilt wins out and gets in at 10-2, and Elko has an undefeated Texas A&M team, who would you give a vote for SEC Coach of the Year, or maybe at that point National Coach of the Year? Do you go Elko or do you go Clark Lee, who gets Vanderbilt into a freaking college football playoff?
This might be a little controversial, but I go Elko. And I'm trying not to take anything away from Clark Lee, but that's a Diego Pavia-led team. They're winning because of Diego. And yes, you brought him in and all that. I understand that. But as far as coaching and dealing with situations and being able to do something in less than 2 years at Texas A&M, which has been a perennial loser in the month of November, I'd go Elko. They've won big games on the road. They beat Notre Dame on the road in one of the most thrilling games of all season. He's put that team together. Yes, he had a solid base there, obviously, from that record-breaking recruiting class that Jimbo Fisher got in. But some of those guys left, and then Elko had to build around that. Then he also had to get that team to believe in itself. I think Marcel Reed is a much improved quarterback from what he was a year ago, and that's because of the coaching and everybody that Elko surrounded himself with. And this past week I was at the Mizzou game, Mizzou A&M, covering that, and I'm telling you, man, the way they play, this team can win a national championship. Their one issue is that they allow, for whatever reason, like every game, they allow like 2 or 3 just strange explosive plays, especially on the ground. And they did that again at Mizzou, but the game was always kind of a 2-touchdown lead, so it didn't hurt them. And then the defense would step up. But that's something to watch here down the stretch, like especially against Texas, because my goodness, that's going to be an incredible game near the end of the season. If things go along the way I think it is this weekend with Texas, losing at Georgia, it's all going to come down to the incredible rivalry game in the final week of the season.
Hey, sticking with A&M real quick, though, I mean, this incredible coaching cycle that we're in the middle of right now and will continue, and all the dominoes and everything, why is 36-year-old Colin Klein, a guy that we've been talking about a lot the last couple of weeks, not getting any love, and he's not on the short list?
Oh, he's getting some love. Is that not been out there?
I mean, when the jobs are talked about, we haven't seen it a lot.
Oh, well, yeah, he's not at the top, but people have been doing their research on him and talking about him. I know the school in my backyard, my alma mater, Arkansas, has. I mean, I don't know how far down the list he is, but I've heard his name pop up there.
But he should be on these lists.
Yes, yeah. I agree. And Colin is going to. I would think he's going to interview for some jobs this year. Once again, though, and as you guys know, this carousel cycle is going to be crazy. We have these jobs open now, and it's been quiet for like 2 weeks since Freeze got fired at Auburn. But now everything's going to filter down to the group of 5. You're going to start seeing some of those schools making some more decisions here down the stretch as they figure out, well, this is what we are these last 2 weeks of the season. I could see Colin getting some calls, especially for those type of jobs. But to your point, there are some power programs where he's on the like long list. I wouldn't say short list. He's on the long list, and there's been some feelers put out to them just to kind of get more research and talk to his people a little bit more.
Since you were at Missouri, if I asked you Eli Drinkwitz coaching next year at Missouri or somewhere else, because he seems to be, I imagine he's happy there, but he seems to be at a peak point in his career where other people are looking at him.
Yeah, I think that's a more difficult situation than people want to give credit to, because you go up there, they've put so much money into that program. I mean, they're redoing the stadium right now, and it's going to look great with some of the new premium seating in one of the end zones. They've obviously put a lot into NIL there. I mean, Missouri, the state of Missouri has been one of the more aggressive ones when it comes to NIL laws. They were the first or maybe second state in this country that started allowing high school players to get NIL deals if they were going to go to an in-state school, which really helped them out because there's a couple of guys in the Kansas City area and et cetera, in St. Louis, that they can kind of get a good crack on there. But I would say that, like, the one big hit on Eli is that he can't win a top 25 game. And the school that I hear his name come up with the most is not Florida right now. It's Penn State.
They just fired that. Yeah.
And they just fired that guy,
Yeah.
right? Exactly. That's my point. So it kind of like makes me a little like, why is that a thing? But if I was Eli, if I got legit heat from Penn State, Florida, or Auburn, if I was him, I'd leave. Do I think he would do that? I think it's a more difficult decision for him because of the big time investment they've put into the program there. And he's still, I think, building there a little bit. Let's also remember, I mean, they were playing most of the season with their second team quarterback, and now they're on their third team quarterback because of injuries. So that gives you some cachet as well. I think Eli, even if he becomes like the top candidate at those three schools I mentioned, one of those three schools, I think that still will be a difficult decision for him to make.
Man, so fascinating. It's just, I was talking about this yesterday, Brandon, before you go, with somebody, like the discussion was specific to Lane Kiffin. And I mentioned, like, you'll hear a lot of people say, well, you can't win a national championship at Ole Miss. And I'm like, dude, that is old thinking. You cannot think that way anymore. It's just, that is.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, yes, nobody has been able to do that.
Because it used to be Ole Miss can't win an SEC championship. And
yeah.
we would all agree that they can this year,
I
right?
think so, yeah. I mean, and
Right.
that was true thinking for 40 years. I don't begrudge you thinking that for 40 years, but we're in a new world now. There's so many of these jobs where we used to say you can't win a national championship. There, you cannot say that anymore.
Yeah, I mean, 3 years ago, I'd say Indiana can't win 9 games.
Exactly.
That's right.
Texas Tech can't go to the playoffs. Yeah.
It depends on the situation, the commitment. I think that's a lot of the things that, like, fans can't just look at a name anymore and go, well, they win and that's what it is. You have to look at, like, the behind the scenes and, like, do your research, the investment in the school, what they're actually funding, the things that they're literally looking at, what they prioritize. And I will say there are going to be a lot of fan bases that are going to be just disappointed with their hires this year. I don't think that the top 3 or maybe 4 jobs will be disappointments for the fan bases, so to speak. I think Auburn will get their guy. I think Florida will get one of their 2 guys potentially, and LSU, despite oh my God, that stuff's crazy down there, guys.
Oh yeah.
And then at Penn State, that's an interesting situation at Penn State. But those are the only jobs I could sit here and think maybe confidently at this point where I go, the fans will probably be okay with their hire. Outside all that, good luck to everybody.
Yeah.
Because you're just not going to get some like prime candidate that's one of the top 6 or 7 or even 8, candidates out there. Because a lot of those guys below those top 3 or 4 coaches out there that might leave, they're probably going to stay at their current jobs.
And
That's just
everybody,
how it is. And it leads into your point of you can win somewhere as long as there's commitment to your program.
Yeah. And everybody's going to want to know, do you believe Auburn's guy is John Summerall? I think you've said that before, have you?
It just makes sense. I mean, if John Cohen's not listening to me, he's not picking up my phone calls, but I know he's the search committee, and just don't outthink it, John. Don't outthink yourself. Don't think about social media. Don't think about the reaction. Go hire John Summerall. And I'll tell you right now, you go hire John Summerall, Auburn's winning 10 games here within the next 2 years. Just put me down saying that right now.
Okay, with that said, of the open jobs, do you feel most confident? If I was like gun to head, you've got to give me one guy where he's going for sure. Would that be your answer, or would you go another direction?
Of all the jobs that are open,
I'm saying, do you feel better about where Florida goes or where LSU goes?
That's the one I would say that I feel best about.
Okay, well, I think Auburn fans love hearing that.
Yeah, that's a great hire for them.
I would think so, right? I even wrote a column about it a week or so ago. Like it makes too much damn sense. But again, he's up for other jobs. Other schools are interested in him, including Arkansas. But it just makes a lot of sense for all the reasons that's probably been said on your show before. His wife went to Auburn. He's an Alabama guy. He knows every single freaking high school coach in that state. They respect him. And God forgive me, I can't remember the coach's name, but there's a coach in the state there. I can't remember his name. Big Alabama guy, right? Will never go to Auburn to do 7-on-7 camps or anything, like ever. You hire John Summerall at Auburn, that guy's going to go to Auburn 7-on-7 camps. That's just how tight John Summerall is with a lot of these guys and all the relationships he's brought. So it's just a no-brainer to me. Like, don't hire a search firm. Don't get a committee together. Don't spend money on that. Go hire John Summerall. Get it done.
Yeah, a lot of amens in the chat room for that one. All right, Brandon does great work, CBSSports.com. Last time he was on with us, he teased us in his Bob Petrino in-depth article that there was a piece of memorabilia I never would have guessed. It was the former women's basketball coach that owned the neck brace. Like, how random is that? The former women's basketball coach of all things. I mean, it's so bizarre. So go read his work. That's the type of stuff you get from Brandon at Marcello on social media.
If I remember right, did he have it like in a Dropbox or he had it in a case, right?
On display.
It's on display at his house.
Like in like one of those old entertainment centers.
Yeah.
He just had it in at the bottom left corner of it.
Yeah.
And that was it. And what was funny about it is he wasn't even the Arkansas women's basketball coach when he got it. He was the head coach at Washington.
Yeah.
He's just a big Arkansas guy. He always has been. He's from Greenwood, Arkansas. So he's collected he's got all kinds of stuff in his house. And he took me in. He's got his own little speakeasy in his house.
A speakeasy?
I mean, I don't want to put it out there because someone might go try and rob him, but like hundreds of thousands of dollars of bourbon.
There it is.
Well, there it is.
What's the password?
Yes, great security. Great security.
And that's at his old house in the state of Washington. Yeah. They'll never see it coming. Brandon, man, thank you.
Thank you, Brandon. Good to see you, buddy.
All right, see you guys.
All right, thank you. Brandon Marcello with us on the Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys Hotline.
And the show brought to you by Alexander Shinara.
Yeah, he's a Birmingham guy, born and bred, and Alex still makes his home right here in Birmingham, and he wants to take care of the people of Birmingham. That was always his goal when he started his practice. It is still his goal today. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, Alexander Shinara Trial Attorneys, Shinara.com. Shinara.com is the place you go. You don't pay a dime, not a dime, unless they win your case. That's the type of confidence he has, and that has led to him recovering more than $2 billion, billion with a B, $2 billion for his clients. See more at Shinara.com, Shinara.com.
And our friends at Twin Peaks, 3 college football games up in Maction tonight. And if you want a great place to watch it while you enjoy the legendary signature 29-degree drafts, you can do it with our friends at Twin Peaks. No one does happy hour like Twin Peaks, whatever your preference. They've got everything from tequila cocktails, extensive bourbon category, top-shelf spirits and cocktails served over the ice balls, local craft beers, handcrafted whiskey cocktails, round out the adventurous drink menu, second to none. And again, don't forget about the 29-degree drafts. Run around those Twin Peak girls, lunch or dinner. Stop into one of those great locations today.
It will be at Innisfree on Friday with our friends at Bud Light. It was Tripp and the guys at Innisfree that came up with the RMFT trademarks and gear, and everybody knows what it stands for. And that was the Innisfree guys that did that. And that's what will be on Friday. Well, if you want to think John Summerall is an Alabama guy, the state of Alabama guy, he knows. They say roll wave down at Tulane. That's always been their thing, roll wave. And so this past week, when he was asking about all these other jobs, he dropped and then after the Memphis win, he dropped a roll MF wave, to which they gave him gear. They now have the RMFW sweatshirt that he was wearing yesterday at his news conference. Listen in.
Oh, such bad timing for the computer to freeze. I was watching at the end of the game when he was doing the interview with the sideline girl, and at the end of the interview says, RMFW. If you don't know it, look it up or something like that. If you don't know it, Google it. If you know what I mean,
it's not worth the bang for the buck there. You just roll, mother flipping, wave is what he said in the news conference there. Michelson Laser Vision brings us the viewing menu today. Tell us about my friends at Michelson.
Yeah, 205-969-8100, the number I called way back in 2003. Dr. Mark Michelson, the first to perform the surgery back in 1995, first to do it in the state of Alabama. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, best in the business. Make the phone call that I made. Ask for Amy Toe. The next round sent you. 205-969-8100. You can always go online for more information. MichelsonLaserVision.com.
All right, Tyler, what are you watching tonight, man?
We've got a new Netflix documentary coming out tonight called Being Eddie. From teen comedian to Hollywood legend, Eddie Murphy revisits his extraordinary showbiz ride with raw honesty and humor in this star-studded documentary. And I think it's going to be pretty interesting because he had a very odd career. He started off as a comedian. He got the Saturday Night Live role and really brought that show back because a lot of people were concerned that it wasn't going to be able to continue after a lot of the original cast had left the show, and Eddie Murphy brought him back into mainstream success. And then he transitions into movies, and he gets acclaim for just like odd roles that you wouldn't think he would get a acclaim for. He got praise for, I believe, Bowfinger, and he was upset about it because at the same time, The Nutty Professor had just come out, and he had done the dinner table scene where he's voicing like 5 or 6 characters.
Right.
And doing a fantastic job at it. So I think this will be an interesting documentary.
Yeah, I was going to watch it last night because I thought it was coming out last night. Watched Death by Lightning instead. Fantastic.
Daniel says that in the chat room. Anybody watch Death by Lightning?
Death by Lightning.
Have you watched it?
I have not watched it yet, but not to skip over the Eddie Murphy thing. I think it's going to be really, really good. Yeah. And one of my favorite entertainers of all time.
He just picked the worst roles. Like going back, he was 19 when he broke onto Saturday Night Live. Was the first $1 million actor when he got 48 Hours, which I loved him as Reggie Hammond. Such a talented guy, but took a ton of bad roles. We were going to watch that. Saw it drop this morning, but I started watching Death by Lightning. Got up at 5 a.m. to finish the last episode today. It is our man Tom from Succession. Go on and hand him the award.
Wow, that good, huh?
Yeah, he is.
Right.
Yeah, lock it in.
All right. Yesterday, I went to go see Nuremberg. I had it on the viewing menu last week, and it was really good.
Really good.
Yes, very compelling. It keeps your attention for the entire runtime. Rami Malek has an excellent performance as the psychiatrist. He kind of plays it the same way as every other one of his roles, where he's kind of smug, but he's like, kind of awkward genius, always gets the upper hand on the other character, and it just works. Russell Crowe, rotund as ever.
Yeah, big, yeah.
I mean, I know we had said that he put on weight for this role. I didn't know how much.
Maybe 100 pounds, wouldn't you say?
Oh, he's nearly unrecognizable.
I agree.
He is just nothing but fat.
I agree.
Very good movie, though. Definitely go see it in theaters if you want more courthouse drama, legal drama sort of movies to be made. And then finally on viewing menu, AMC has got a great double feature tonight. We've been talking about the Scorsese documentary. So if you want to watch Casino and Goodfellas, you got a double feature on AMC lasting from 5 p.m. to midnight.
2 good ones there, especially Goodfellas. Love Goodfellas.
And that's what we're watching tonight, brought to you by our friends at Michelson. Also Alabama Power, as the weather goes from cold to hot. Alabama Power there to help you sort of maintain that even keel.
Yeah, go from that heat to that AC a lot this time of year in the Deep South, but that's what Alabama Power does for you. And they're not just about powering homes. They're about powering communities as well. Since 2000, Renew Our Rivers, coordinated by Alabama Power, has grown into one of the nation's largest river cleanups. Started as a community cleanup along the Coosa, it's grown into a movement. More than 104,000 volunteers who together have removed more than 13.5 million pounds of trash from Alabama's waterways. You want to keep Alabama beautiful? Check out the 2025 cleanup schedule, alabamapower.com/renew our rivers.
Follow Scott Forrester on Twitter @ScottForresterTV.
Yo, kinfolk, what's good, man? Let me holler at you for a minute. You know how life can be life. You're out there chasing that dollar. Every dollar is accounted for going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, bam! Out of nowhere, a car accident. All I had to do was hit up my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. You already know when that dude Alex pulls up the trial, he shuts down the litigation situation. Yo, go to Shannara.com. Hit him up at 659-777-7777.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation that legal services provided are billed at any other provider.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champyschicken.com.
What a matchup we've got, folks. Just nonstop action. The energy is electric and the fans are all in. An intense game like this calls for a Coca-Cola. Ah, crisp and refreshing. That's a game changer. Yeah, that taste scores every time. And just like that, they're back at it. Passionate fans and an ice-cold Coca-Cola. Now that's a winning combo. No matter the team, no matter the sport, everyone knows fan work is thirsty work. Enjoy a Coca-Cola.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal made just for you, let our team member Jacob share what's special about Culver's.
In Wisconsin, our food comes from the heart, and taking the time to handcraft your meal with care is how we've always done it at Culver's. It's why your Butterburger doesn't touch the grill until after you order.
Come to Culver's and let us serve you a Butterburger, made special just for you. From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Remember the name Way to Wellness if you're battling weight loss in your life. I'm Jim Dunaway from The Next Round. There was a time I was over 216 pounds until Way to Wellness helped me lose 45 pounds, and now for over 2 years, they've helped me keep that weight off. Here's their website, aplanforme.com, aplanforme.com. That's a great name for a website because there's no cookie-cutter plan. Everything is designed specifically for you. No contract, no sign-up fees, and your first consultation is free at Way to Wellness.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place. NextRound.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt. You can look your best by shopping with us at NextRound.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with NextRound.store.
Catch up on all today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice, Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcast, wherever you listen. Always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between two warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
4 Downs in just a second. Show being brought to you by our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama, our friends at UCA, there to help you with your health as we get rolling into a new year. It's time to, if you move from your 20s to 30s guys, 30s to 40s, to think about prostate health and everything and early detection, how that can save your life. And the numbers tell you that there's a good chance either you or somebody you know will be impacted by prostate issues in your life. So go check out our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Find one near you. There's 16 locations here, 205-930-0920. Our urology centers, Alabama.com. For over 70 years, UCA's provided state-of-the-art patient-centered urological care with integrity and compassion. Urology centers, Alabama.com. When you look at the playoff projections last night, these are the first-round matchups. I know Lance enjoys guessing point spreads. I pulled them from FanDuel. These future matchups, actually, Josh Pate pulled them from FanDuel last night.
I have not seen them.
So I was watching the show, and I think he gets them specifically. I think he calls them up, and they give them to him specifically. So South Florida playing in Athens against Georgia.
South Florida in Georgia, I would say the Bulldogs are going to be 18.5-point favorites.
You're really good at this. 17.5 points. Even though USF seems to be a better group of 5 team than what we will get in the future.
Yeah, I think I would play the Bulls plus points.
There's still a glass ceiling, it appears, with a group of 5. Huh?
I mean, though Boise State last year got a bye, right?
They did.
Yep.
Yeah.
Notre Dame in Eugene to play Oregon would be a matchup right now.
I would list the Ducks as a 3-point favorite.
They went 1.5 points, a lot closer than you expected there.
I mean, that's smart. I thought that they would inflate it just because it's in Autzen and they've already lost 1 game there this year.
But I tell you, I mean,
I'd play Notre Dame.
Until the bitter end, Oregon could not throw the ball against Iowa. Now, it was crap weather. There were a lot of factors there.
Oregon's path to the playoffs. I mean,
I think if they lose, they
got to lose twice, I think.
I don't know. I don't know. I mean, the Big Ten helps that. I agree, but
they've only got the 1 win really on the resume. But I agree with Dunaway. I think 10-2 they're in.
I mean, you look. Where are they right now? 8th, and they're already doubting them. I mean, they are already showing doubt in a basically a 1-loss Big Ten team that normally would be right where Georgia is.
Brooks and I were talking. We don't understand why Miami is the placeholder for the ACC. The ACC. Or another group of 5 will get a team in, but Miami's the placeholder. Miami at Texas Tech, point spread.
I would list Texas Tech a 5.5-point favorite.
5 is what they went. If it was Georgia Tech, Texas Tech,
I would list Texas Tech 11.5.
Yeah, keeps going up from there. And if I threw out Virginia or anybody
17.
else, yeah, exactly. So Miami.
Miami's got the most talent.
Yeah, on paper, Miami's the best team.
Yeah, they are.
And then Texas and Ole Miss is the other the on-campus first-round playoff bracket as of the second listing last night. Texas at Ole Miss.
I would say Ole Miss 3.
They went 4. But I think if you see Arch Manning win one of these games down the stretch, it's going to look different by the time you get there.
Well, I mean, I think they already kind of look different. Again, if you watched, the Vanderbilt-Texas game, the way they ran that offense, I think that's going to be kind of moving forward, and their defense is suffocating. So Texas should have got them early. Mississippi State, Kentucky, somebody should have shut the door on them.
I mean, that's remarkable that State or Kentucky could have ended all this discussion for Texas, but they survived those, and now here they are. Now, listen, they play 2 of the best teams in the SEC in their next 3 games with Georgia and Texas A&M, and one of those on the road. But they're playing their best football right now against those 2. Again, just State or Kentucky could have ended Texas. So neither one of them did.
This is a 4-downs question just on the fly. Better chance Texas is 8-4, or they play for the national championship?
8-4.
I could see them losing to Georgia and A&M.
Yeah.
I could also see them get in and make it a run.
Let's do cut number 10, Tyler, if you can. 9. Kirby Smart talking about Arch Manning and how he's improving. As you get this set up, I think I'm correct about this. Texas has lost 3 SEC games since they've been in the league.
Do you count the Georgia game in the championship last year?
Yes.
Okay. Georgia, Florida, Georgia.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Is that it?
Yeah, they've lost twice to Georgia and Florida.
Yeah.
They're 11-3 in SEC games.
Yeah, I think you're right about that.
They have. Yeah. Sark has got a Georgia problem.
Yeah, so here's the problem for Sark, and that's Kirby Smart looking at his quarterback, Arch Manning, on what he sees now. Arch coming into Athens off of bye as opposed to Arch earlier in the year.
Yeah, he's playing with more confidence. I think number one, he's getting better protection. He's seeing things well. He's making good decisions. He's getting the ball out of his hand quickly. I mean, he's maturing. He's had an opportunity to play and grow, and you don't really get that until you get out there and play. He played a good bit last year, but the kind of games he's had to play in this year, just a different stature in terms of the SEC gauntlet. And just, you watch game by game. I watched yesterday each game throughout the year and watched him just grow and play better. He's extending plays. He's doing really well with scrambles, keeps his eyes downfield. He doesn't look at the rush. He's made some really impressive wow throws, and they're playing better offensively.
Yeah, now he said something there that, people always blame it on Arch Manning, but if you watch Texas play early on, their offensive line play at times have been horrible, and he's had very little protection. He's been on the run a lot. It's getting better, as Kirby just said, which is helping Arch's numbers. And he always does a good job of keeping his eyes down the field. This Georgia team doesn't pressure the quarterback.
Look, this is the perfect draw for him. Traditional Georgia teams, he would have issues because they would be able to put him under duress the entire game, and they've got 11 sacks. That's you guys
132. They're 132 in the country in sacks, if I'm not mistaken.
I think we've all been to an Iron Bowl where one side had 11 sacks in one game.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
No, seriously. So, this is kind of crazy when you look at dead last in the SEC with right out of sack a game. That's just not Georgia football.
122. Let me correct myself with 11 sacks. 122 is where you find Georgia.
Yeah, I'll go to the top of that list and see how high Texas is.
In sacks allowed or sacks that they
get, because young Gunnar Stockton's going to have a different day than Arch Manning.
That'd be number 2 in the nation, tied with Texas A&M. Boy, they're going to get after the quarterback in that game.
Yeah, but A&M's got 35, don't they?
34.
Yeah.
Texas and Texas A&M both have 34. Georgia has 11. A massive difference in getting after the quarterback.
So you think Gunnar Stockton's going to have a different experience between the hedges and Arch Manning is? It seems like it by those stats.
Yeah, you would think so. By the way, for Alabama, Oklahoma's 4th in the country in sacks, incidentally, at 33. They're only one behind those two.
You remember when Kirby didn't really emphasize sacks? He was like, it's more about pressure.
Yeah. Well, his head coach would say that.
I think sacks in today's football is the equivalent almost of a turnover, depending on the situation.
Yeah, I think.
Getting you behind the sticks.
Yeah. Second and 18, 3rd and 17, you can't convert those.
As it pertains to Arch Manning, his last 2 games have been much better. Now, at State, 346 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, and just the 1 pick. Vanderbilt has been worked in 2 straight games. Something weird is going on with Vanderbilt's defense. I don't know what it is, but their defense has been terrible the last 2 games, and it had been good up until then.
Look at the opponents they played early on.
Okay. Well, but Lance, the last opponent that worked them was Ashton Daniels at Auburn.
I know, but it was an interim situation. I get it.
Yeah.
The defense does look a lot different than it did.
Yeah, but against Vandy, Manning, 328, 3 touchdowns. But he's only thrown 1 pick since that loss to Florida. So to Kirby's point, Dunaway, Manning is playing much, much improved football.
Here's Arch Manning getting asked about his buddy, Ty Simpson, the quarterback at Alabama. And if the two are talking, if Ty's offering any pointers to Arch, who would have thought we'd have been in the point of the year where Arch Manning is getting a question on whether or not Ty Simpson is giving him pointers?
You said a few weeks ago you're friends with Ty Simpson. You talked to him after some of their games. You've talked about any pointers going to Georgia? They went there and won. Have y'all talked about that?
Yeah, I'm sure we'll talk. He's asked me some questions about teams we've played, so it's good having him in my corner. And,
Yeah.
In-depth answer there.
Yeah. So
that's interesting. So they're sharing notes, huh?
Yeah, basically they're getting free scouts from each other. You like that?
Until they play each other,
I don't know that they will, though. I don't think they can. It's very unlikely they meet in Atlanta. It could happen, I guess.
Yeah.
It's still alive, but it's unlikely.
Their first meeting would be in the college football playoff.
In the playoffs, then I guess you don't talk at that point.
We're going to have some SEC on SEC.
Oh, there's no doubt. Yeah.
Do you like sort of insider trading there that somebody who's already played somebody, they give you a little information? So Ty giving a little information on Georgia maybe? Arch and giving Ty some information there?
Different world. Do you remember there used to be a time, I'll never forget, it was Scotty played for your White Sox. Very opinionated guy, but he was so upset after a game.
Shoeless
or maybe
Joe
it was Gabe Kapler way back in the day. Somebody was so pissed because
Przinsky? AJ Przinsky?
It might have been Przinsky.
Yeah.
It was one of those guys, but another player came over to talk to guys after a game in the clubhouse.
Yeah.
And they went absolutely nuts. And this is just it's a big fraternity now. And I think social media's changed a lot of it.
But like all these guys, they go to the Manning Passing Academy and they're instructors at the Manning Passing Academy. I mean, you strike up these friendships. It's hard not to do that, right?
You've seen them at camps your whole life. Well, if that doesn't bother you, let me ask you this. If you're Steve Sarkisian, one of your losses this year was where? Oh, it was at Florida. Would you be upset if Billy Napier was at Georgia's practice this week hanging out?
I mean, he's got a lot of free time.
Yeah, well,
I mean, that's part of it, too.
Yeah. According to Graham Coffey of Dog Central, I can confirm Billy Napier has been at Georgia's practice this week.
By the way, I like Texas right now in this game. I don't know about you guys.
Really?
Yeah,
So you don't think Napier's helping, huh? This is the time where Nick Saban would be asked about that. Like, Coach, Billy Napier's there to give you some help. He's like, we'll see if we can exhaust it ourselves before we go to somebody else and see, he used to do that all the time. Like when he had a guy that was on staff somewhere else and now he's on Alabama staff.
Yeah, maybe I can figure this out ourselves.
Yeah, but we'll see if we can figure it out ourselves before we have to do that. I do find that interesting, though. Like, I mean, Napier and Kirby have a connection. They were on the Alabama staff together. I mean, I think they've been close.
Napier could be Georgia's assistant next year. Could be on the coaching staff.
Could easily be. I mean, he's a respected assistant coach. He just didn't work out as a head coach.
Yeah.
I just wonder at this point in the season.
Times out well, though, that I've already beaten Texas, and this is the weekend I'm visiting my old friend Kirby.
But do you believe
it's going to be really odd if Thanksgiving week he's visiting his old friend Mike Elko in College Station?
Sark's going to be like, what do you got against me?
Yeah.
Do you
Billy,
think,
wait a second.
Yeah.
We're friends too.
Yeah. Do you really think, though, that there's something that a staff the size of Kirby Smart's hasn't caught on tape that Billy Napier could point at? I don't either.
No.
Like, I mean, these Kirby's got one of the best staffs in the country.
I know, but if you give somebody a key on one play that ends up, forcing a turnover or I mean, all it takes is one play.
No, you're right. I mean, I guess there is that potential. I mean, it's not like Napier was blowing the whistle. I mean, he was just hanging on the sidelines watching, right?
4 downs in just a second after LT tells you about our friends at New York Butcher Shop, where he makes a couple of visits every week to enjoy
last
the
night,
food.
I stopped in. I saw Jim and Art at the Greystone location. I picked up steaks for me and Maddie and Jack, and we had some mac and cheese and sweet potatoes, and I picked up some of the apple pie from Jim, the fantastic desserts that you can get right there in-house. I'm telling you, the steaks, second to none. The fresh meats, the deli sandwiches, the in-house sides made fresh every single day. And again, fantastic selection of fine wines and desserts. And don't forget about Thanksgiving. They have got the turkeys. I was talking to Jim. They are available right now, fresh, smoked, or brined. You can order yours today. Caba Heights, 970-7200. Greystone, 708-8825. The great sides as well. Keep mom out of the kitchen this Thanksgiving. The New York Butcher Shop, they can do it all. Rare quality, well-done service. It's the New York Butcher Shop.
And the great folks at Storm Restoration Roofing. That's Greg from Pell City, his wife Andrea. Lower left corner picture there, the beautiful Andrea there in between Greg and I. StormRestorationRoofing.com, the website. If you're looking for a free, absolutely free, no cost, no obligation roof inspection, Greg from Pell City can do that for you. Call his cell number, 205-542-3531. Leave him a message, 542-3531, or go to Facebook, Greg from Pell City, or his website, stormrestorationroofing.com, to see everything he offers, including that free no-cost roof inspection. A-plus rated with the Better Business Bureau. He handles storm damage, roofing replacement. Greg even has a builder's license. I haven't messed that up in a while. Builder's license and a business license to help restore and repair things. He's great with insurance agents, has financing available as well. Locally owned for over 20 years. It's Greg from Pell City, Storm Restoration Roofing, 205-542-3531. Let's do 4 downs.
First down.
With Oklahoma and Brent Venables coming to Tuscaloosa this week, and if I ask you guys what happens first, Venables actually wins a playoff game or Venables gets fired?
Well, I don't think he's going to be in the playoffs this year. I think Alabama is going to beat them Saturday, and that will end it for them. Which I don't think gets him fired, but then, boy, that makes next year probably the year, right? I mean,
the expectation for Oklahoma, I know, look, there's only 12, soon to be 16, but the expectation for a program like Oklahoma has got to be winning 10 games to get to a college football playoff.
This would be year 4 for him next year, right? He's in year 3, so, I mean, much like LSU, if you go...
No, this is year 4, I think.
You sure?
Yeah, I'll check it.
But much like LSU done away, if you've gone 4 consecutive years without making the playoffs, you're going to be on the hot seat. I mean, it happened to Brian Kelly. I think the same would happen to Brent Venables.
Yes. I mean, he lost to Texas again, first off.
Yeah, this is year 4.
Yeah.
Yeah.
6-7,
10-3, 6-7, right now 7-2.
So we will be 4 years into year 5, so it's even more critical.
I got him 10-11 in SEC games.
So losing a record among the SEC?
Yeah, I mean, going back to the Big 12 days, he's 15-16 when you combine both leagues.
Yeah, so losing record in the SEC.
Yeah, he's 5-8 right now in the SEC.
Okay, 5-8 in the SEC. 10-11 away from Norman. That's the number here. 10-11 away from Norman.
So he doesn't win on the road hardly. Well, he's 500 on the road. He doesn't win in conference. He can't make the playoffs. He lost to Texas. I mean,
those are fireable points.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it will happen this year, but I do think next year becomes super critical for him. So I would take the other. I can't even remember what the other was right now.
You know, I was watching.
Wins playoff game or gets fired.
Oh, gets fired.
Watching the great Josh Pate last night, and he almost hinted in his game picks. Go watch it. The same thing Marcello said, that they both sort of like Alabama this week.
You know, Klatt was talking Monday about it being such a bad matchup for Alabama. Or no, Brooks yesterday. It wasn't Klatt. It was Brooks Alston yesterday.
Yeah,
I mean,
like
Alabama here.
I like Oklahoma. You got to tell me what I get with Mateer. Is it going to be 50% completion with two interceptions?
So you heard Brandon just a moment ago say, like, the injury is what it is. In other words, he's playing with this injury the rest of the year, and they're just trying to work around it now.
Right. It's going to be an off-season surgery.
Right.
Yeah, I
permanently fix everything.
This
they did
is
the
a
patchwork.
Really dangerous game for Alabama.
See, I think it is too. But and this was brilliant thinking by Josh Pate last night, and that's why he's on our show all the time. That's why he's the best at what he does. He says Oklahoma's run defense, and I'm verbatim. I just isn't verbatim. I'm just paraphrasing, but basically he's saying Oklahoma's run defense is so good. It is so good. But how does that impact Alabama? They struggle to run with anybody.
They don't run against bad rush.
Yeah, but
so Pate's making the point, like,
I agree.
Okay, if you're Notre Dame and you rely on running the football and you're playing Oklahoma, you could be in trouble.
Yeah.
But if you're Oklahoma's great run defense against Alabama, who can't run against a bad run defense.
Yeah, because Alabama, you know what they're still going to do? They're still going to bang it in there 24, 25 times.
And they're used to having no success running the football.
But
I was watching that, and I was like,
no, that's a good point.
No, but I still think that there are other defensive coordinators that are still aware of the run. I don't think Oklahoma's got to worry about the run.
No, they don't.
I think other teams worry about it still.
Do you think?
Yeah, probably. Yeah. I mean, I just think Oklahoma, with the combination of Alabama being as bad as they are running the football and as good as Oklahoma is at stopping the run.
Yeah, and that was his point on it. He goes, so how many people in the box, just as Josh Pate again last night, how many people does Oklahoma have to put in the box to stop Alabama?
Not a lot.
If they don't have to put a lot, then that helps them in pass coverage, and that's where it could be a problem.
Yeah.
And again, I want to see what Mateer is able to do with his legs against this Alabama defense.
But I guess I've never really thought big picture like that before, that somebody's weakness could actually counter somebody's strength. You know, that I'm so bad at running the football, you're great at stopping the run. Doesn't matter to me. I suck at running anyway. I'm used to not running the football.
But even with their inability to run, I think the 24 carries they had against LSU is their lowest carry total in a conference game. So they still try to bang it in there. And I don't know why I keep using that phrase. It's like a double entendre. They don't get away from the run, even when they can't run. They couldn't run to save their life against LSU, and still 24 attempts. So they never give up on it.
It goes back to the numbers game. They're trying to force you to keep people in the box so they can throw the football.
That's right. Yeah. You can't just completely ignore it.
Second down.
Leonard Skinner didn't like him, but Neil Young is 80 years old today. Russell Westbrook, 37. Ultimately better career, Russell Westbrook or Neil Young?
I'm with the Van Zants on Neil Young. Never been a big fan.
Yeah, he's a good-looking guy though. Right?
Oh yeah,
I like several of his songs. I mean,
Southern Man.
Yeah, I did not like Southern Man.
Probably Russell Westbrook.
I think I would take Westbrook, former MVP.
Too. I mean, I think Neil Young's best work was with Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Honestly.
Didn't they tag Young on there?
They did. Yeah. Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Neil Young wants to join us.
Yeah, never was a fan of that band either.
Young. Oh, so I like Southern Cross. Now, was Neil Young with them for Southern Cross, or was that just Crosby, Stills, and Nash? I think that might have just been Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Southern Cross is a good song, though. You don't like that song?
No, not really.
I like Southern Cross.
Neil Young is not on that one.
Oh, okay. Well, then I take it back. I take back everything I said. Neil Young by himself, I guess, was his best work.
Third down.
Anne Hathaway, 43 years old today. If I asked you, ultimately better career, Anne Hathaway or Anna Kournikova? I mean, it's Hathaway. I just don't get to say Kournikova enough on this show.
Career is Hathaway. I mean, Anna Kournikova was pretty much known for one thing, and that's got nothing to do with career.
Jeeves, do you know who Kournikova is?
Isn't she like a tennis player?
Yeah, that's what she did as a profession, yes.
And she held a racket.
Yes.
I don't know if she ever swung it.
Loosely a tennis player.
Like
yes.
if you Google her, I don't know if you'll see any tennis pictures. I mean, I would think she'll be on the sand more than the court, right?
Yeah. I mean, Anne Hathaway, good solid career.
Oh, I'm being told by Brooks that she was on the cover of Sports Illustrated.
Yeah, but not holding a tennis racket.
Swimsuit edition.
100%, yes.
I mean, she is for sure the best looking tennis player of all time.
I would have to agree.
That is old. I don't know when the last time I've seen a magazine was.
Yeah, well, I know. They don't do that anymore, but back in the day, they used to send out a magazine with women wearing swimsuits.
Well, when you Google it, is it more sand than court?
Yeah, it was more sand and red carpet sort of events.
The tennis court.
I mean, Anne Hathaway has been nominated for Academy Awards. She's hosted the Academy Awards.
What's her best work?
Les Miserables. I didn't see
Miserables?
it. Whatever, I didn't see it. Les Miserables.
Love and Drugs. She was good in that. Princess Bride, right? She was in that.
Devil Wears Prada.
You're thinking of Princess Diaries.
Princess Diaries, yeah.
Devil Wears Prada.
Devil Wears Prada, where she was the secretary, right?
I sometimes confuse her with, and I'm not going to be, Anna Kendrick. I don't know. Is it Anna Kendrick?
Yeah, Anna Kendrick's a little mousy one.
Yeah. But sometimes I confuse those two, and I don't know why I do that.
Hathaway is one of those that can look good, and then you're like, damn, is this bad lighting? I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
She is probably the second worst Catwoman on screen in a Batman movie.
Behind
Halle Berry?
Yeah, just ahead of Halle Berry. Because Halle Berry's awful in that
You
role.
judge your Catwoman different than I do.
Yeah, I thought Halle looked great in that costume.
Yeah,
I mean, but
I'd actually go
that's
Halle
like
Berry
not even
1
close to-
and Hathaway 2.
Zoe Kravitz was up there, right?
Yes.
I only saw half that movie. The last, it was just, it kept
It's
going.
a 3-hour movie, yeah.
Yeah, but she's a pretty good Catwoman.
I'll take that.
Fourth down.
Ryan Gosling, 45 years old today. Ultimately better career, Ryan Gosling or Ryan Sandberg?
The late, great Ryan Sandberg.
Is he dead?
Yeah, he passed not long ago, right?
Yeah, this year.
Yeah, this year. Yeah. Well, I mean, you could argue Cubs Mount Rushmore, Sandberg's on there, right?
Top 10 second baseman of all time.
Cubs Mount Rushmore, you've got to go Ernie Banks.
He became he was the modern day middle infielder. He became the power hitting second baseman.
Yeah. I mean, Cubs Mount Rushmore, definitely
Andre
Ernie
Dawson,
Banks,
probably.
the Hawk, Sammy Sosa, and I would say Ryan Sandberg. That'd be my
What about
Cubs
Mark
Mount Rushmore.
Grace?
Yeah.
I don't think he beat Sandberg.
Actually, would probably start with Sandberg for me.
Yeah.
Be number one.
So Sandberg, 285, had 282 home runs.
As a second baseman, which is unheard of back then.
Yeah.
Won an MVP in '84 when they went to the NLCS.
Yeah, I think I'll go Sandberg.
10-time All-Star.
Yeah.
I'll go Gosling, but Sandberg is one of the best of all time.
I would go Gosling.
That is our 4 downs today, brought to you by our friend Dr. B, man.
Dr. Beckenstein, best in the business. He came up in a conversation at a meeting yesterday. Look, if you're starting to thin out, you need to get preemptive. You need to go see Dr. B. He is the absolute best. 205-319-0316. T3hair.net for more information. Stop wasting money, critical time while you're losing hair on treatments that aren't working for you. Go see Dr. Beckenstein and that great staff. Find out what will work for you. Men and women ordering products online don't even know if they work. T3's got that test. It's easy, painless, affordable, takes seconds to perform. It's going to show which medicines and compounds will specifically work for your hair loss. Again, call Dr. Beckenstein and that great staff. Tell them the next round sent you. 205-319-0316 or T3hair.net.
By the way, just a little watch out game this weekend. Should not be a problem because Kentucky is playing really good football right now.
The best they've played this year.
They're playing 10-0 Tennessee Tech this weekend.
Now it's 10-0 FCS Tennessee.
Yeah, FCS. They have 0 meaningful wins, except on the FCS level.
Right.
And they're not going to roll into Kroger Field.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be an electric
rejuvenated.
Atmosphere. Does Cole have to do that game too?
61-year-old Bob Wilder is the coach at Tennessee Tech.
Wild Bob.
He started the Old Dominion program and got it going. Coached Heineke
Taylor
Heineke?
Yeah, he was his coach. He has gone to Tennessee Tech and in 2 years has built it into an FCS winner, 10-0 against Kentucky.
Would you take them plus the 20.5?
Is that what the point spread is?
Oh, it's only 20.5 against an FCS?
Well, I mean, it is Kentucky. The total is only 52.5, so.
I didn't think there was even a number out on it.
Well, it's one of those. It's much like the futures that you can bet for the jobs. I mean, you can't go heavy on it.
Only 20.5.
That is quite low for an FCS opponent against an SEC team.
Yeah,
and Kentucky's playing their best ball.
I mean, it's not like it's North Dakota State or anything like. It's Tennessee Tech. When have you thought of Tennessee Tech being a winner? He's got them at 10-0 against Kentucky this weekend. This is, listen, we play, we being the SEC, play so many big games, especially early on in the year.
Right.
But we should not have these games.
Don't disagree with you at all. Auburn plays Mercer next week. Alabama plays Eastern Illinois.
The TV schedule next week for the SEC, when we sent that out.
What are we doing?
It's embarrassing. It really is. But this sets up to where if Kentucky beats Tennessee Tech by 9 next week, it just doesn't look good for the league. Just doesn't look good for the league. It
doesn't. You know, I normally say if you're going to schedule FCS, schedule as bad as you can. What are you doing playing at 10-0? I think they thought they did that. I mean, Tennessee Tech was that program, right?
Traditionally that bad.
Yeah, it's been a traditionally bad program. This guy has just turned it around.
Wouldn't you just start like scheduling Washington State and Oregon State
right now?
I mean, it looks better.
So who does Alabama play? Eastern
Illinois. Home of Tony Romo.
Tennessee Tech beat them.
Good.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Eastern Illinois' good. I don't know if Mercer's good.
Yeah. I just hate these games.
Oh, I agree 100% with you. I know people. Well, I get to take my kids. Yeah, I know, but you don't take them in November, do you? You take them in September.
If you're going to play them early. I mean, this is just so. I just hate it this time of year.
I'm 100% with you. I mean, I'm like, I know the group of 5 has got to pay bills somehow, and I love guys like John Summerall and people like that. But man, I can barely even stomach those matchups. When you get me down to FCS matchups,
yeah. Anyway, Kentucky, Tennessee Tech, 10-0 Tennessee Tech, only a 20.5-point underdog against SEC Kentucky this weekend.
Brooks makes the point. Sanford just fired the Hatch attack, and that's who Texas A&M gets next week. My Lord, how bad could they beat Sanford if they were? That's a 1-9 Sanford team.
I just noticed that.
Yeah, I know, Brooks.
This morning, I happened to look at that. I was like, oh, God, they play A&M next week.
Yeah, but if you're Elko, do you play anybody?
Oh, I wouldn't. I mean, Marcel Reed wouldn't even come to the stadium if I'm Mike Elko.
Yeah. Sanford just a couple years removed from being in the national semifinals at the FCS level.
Yeah, now 1-9 firing their coach.
When we come back, we will get to our Whacked Out Wednesday, show being brought to you by Company Distilling, where you have a great opportunity coming up in the near future. Stay tuned for a great tasting coming up with Company Distilling.
Hey, by the way, can I say real quick, as he starts Company Distilling, I texted Summerall after the Memphis win because he got our delivery of Company Distilling. He sent a text, and I forwarded it to you guys thanking us for it. And I sent after the Memphis win, I was like, hey, we got you the bourbon to celebrate this one, don't we? And he goes, I actually already had Blanton's ready for this one, but the Company Distilling, I'll have it all day Saturday. I was like, all right, Coach.
All day Saturday.
All day Saturday. That was the quote.
I love to hear that. Great variations, too. I've got some of the maple, some of the apple. It's now available not only in Alabama, but Colorado, Florida, Georgia, Missouri, Oklahoma, South Carolina, Tennessee, and Texas. And scan that QR code. We're going to give you more information about some activations and some tastings we're going to be doing around town with our friends at Company Distilling. That is coming up in the month of December. But they've also got 3 must-visit locations across Tennessee. Each offers something special. Townsend, located right there in the heart of the Smokies. Lynchburg, a charming and historic setting where guests can enjoy Southern hospitality and a more intimate whiskey experience. And Thompson Station, just outside of Nashville. For more information on those locations and this great product, go online, companydistilling.com/Alabama.
Hey, college and high school football fans, after giving your all on the field or cheering your heart out in the stands, treat yourself to something tasty at Culver's Win or Lose. From juicy butter burgers to creamy, fresh frozen custard, crispy crinkle-cut fries, gooey golden cheese curds, there's something for everyone in your crew to enjoy. Win or lose, Culver's is the perfect place to celebrate these sweet memories you'll make all season long. So while you're in Birmingham, stop by the Stadium Trace and Tattersall Park location of Culver's. Make game day a delicious one. Culver's, welcome to the delicious.
Yo, kinfolk, what's good, man? Let me holler at you for a minute. You know how life can be life. You're out there chasing that dollar. Every dollar is accounted for going somewhere. Then all of a sudden, bam! Out of nowhere, a car accident. All I had to do was hit up my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorney. You already know when that dude Alex pulls up the trial, he shuts down the litigation situation. Yo, go to Shannara.com. Hit him up at 659-777-7777.
Call me, Alabama. No representation that legal services provided are better than any other provider.
All right. It's a beautiful day for football here at the stadium, and we're just about ready for kickoff. Score 0-0. And suddenly, I'm in the mood for a Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar. Now that's a winning combo. Yeah, crisp, refreshing. That hits the spot. When it comes to great taste, Coke Zero Sugar's always on the scoreboard. Coke Zero Sugar. Real Coke taste, zero sugar.
Hey, Lance Taylor from the next round to tell you about my friends at Michelson Laser Vision, located conveniently UAB Highlands. Almost 20 years ago, I went in for the procedure. Only took 12 minutes for both eyes. When I went in, I had 2200 vision. I was legally blind. Now I have 20/15 vision, still 19 years later. Make the call today. Schedule a hassle-free consultation. 969-8100. Dr. Mark Michelson, Dr. Jen Michelson, Michelson Laser Vision. Make sure you tell them the next round sent you. 969-8100 or MichelsonLaserVision.com. Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemp Hill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemp Hill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemp Hill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemp Hill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090. Hey, for all of your IT and printing needs, reach out to our friends at Xerox Business Solutions. Look, I'm still one of those old school guys. I print my notes every single day for the show. If you watch the show here on the next round, you see all the notes in front of me. From day one, Xerox Business Solutions, they've been with us here at the next round. Local for over 45 years. For all of your IT and printing needs, visit XeroxBusinessSolutions.com or call 205-969-3000. That's 205-969-3000.
When you crave activity like we do, you belong in the Roback family. Get the best golf wear, hoodies, and activewear for men and women at Roback.com. Use promo code TNR20 to get 20% off your order. That's Roback.com, promo code TNR20.
Thanksgiving is here, and let the New York Butcher Shop be the place to get all of your holiday meal items. Their premium turkeys are fresh, free-range, and hormone-free. The New York Butcher Shop also has a wide selection of chef-prepared side items to help save you time in the kitchen. Pick up a bottle of wine, and your meal will be complete. Turkeys are selling fast, so place your order today. 2 locations to serve you, in Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Catch up on all of today's Next Round on demand through the podcast platform of your choice. Apple, Spotify, iHeart, or Google Podcasts. Wherever you listen, always like, follow, subscribe, and turn on automatic downloads so you never miss any part of the Next Round.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Whacked Out Wednesday in just a second, where we take point spreads that aren't enough, opposite of upset alert, and go in the other direction. Bow Tender Moment of the Day. First, brought to you by our friends at Bojangles.
Yeah, you can make Bojangles your one stop for your college football or high school football tailgating, those watch parties, or how about your holiday parties? Let Bojangles cater those for you as well. Those hand-breaded chicken tenders, the bow bites, the great sides, the biscuits, the dipping sauces, the fried chicken. Man, what a party that would be. Those bow bites, hand-breaded chicken tender bites with the peach honey pepper dipping sauce. You cannot go wrong there at your local Bojangles. So whether it's high school football tailgating, college football tailgating, the watch parties, the holiday parties, you can make it bow time.
First part of the tender moment of the day is Seth Trimble, big player for North Carolina's basketball team. He's out 6 to 8 weeks.
68 weeks.
6 to 8 weeks.
No, I'm kidding.
Because he broke his arm in the weight room when the weight equipment fell on him. He was doing the lat pull downs, and as he pulled down, it came tumbling over onto him.
Oh my gosh.
Broke his arm, and he had to have surgery. He's out 6 to 8 weeks.
So was it a malfunction on the weights?
The equipment, yeah.
Ooh, boy, that's a lawsuit waiting to
It
happen.
does sound like it, yeah. But he gets everything he wants,
Yeah,
huh?
be prepared on that one.
Yeah.
Seth Trimble out 6 to 8 weeks in one of the weird injuries. 14. Give me 14 next, Tyler. And give me Forster's microphone. Did you see the Chad Baker-Mazara tweets along the way? Has he been throwing smoke at Auburn from out on the West Coast at USC? Because I saw he had to address it. We'll hear from him in a second. Did you know what he had been saying about Auburn or insinuating about Auburn basketball?
Not specifically. It's I just chalk it up to Chad Baker-Mazara being Chad Baker-Mazara.
I did see one of them where he said something along the lines. It's not going to be an exact quote, Dunaway. Do you have them? Where you
No,
said
I
it's kind of
don't,
okay?
no.
He said something along the lines of, "It's great to be with teammates you love, or a team that's got your back," or something like that. And anytime you go from one place to another, whether you reference the previous place, if you say something nice about the new place, there are always going to be people that try to read between the lines and say, well, he's taking a shot at his old place, even if you only intended it as a compliment about your new place.
Here's Chad Baker-Mazara after a good game at USC getting asked about his tweets that almost seems to be throwing smoke at Auburn.
After last game, you posted online that you were very happy to be with a group of winners who, were dedicated. A lot of Auburn fans decided to respond to that. Was that just a...
I'll respond. It wasn't a shot at nobody. And that's just to set it straight. Like, we ain't out here to start no drama with nobody. I'm pretty sure he's proud to be where he at, so.
I'm going to say some because a lot of Auburn folks, they got stuff twisted. I cannot go much into detail, but I'm past that. I'm just, praising my boys now. Nothing to do, I'm past that. That's in the past. I always want them to do good. My boys are there in that team. Tahaad, one of my best friends, Reed, Joa, the coaching staff, they believe in me. They took a kid out of JUCO and gave him the opportunity, and because of them, I'm here today. If I have some funny comments to say, yeah, but the boys know, because before I say anything or do anything on Twitter, I will text Tahaad or one of the boys, hey, y'all know I'm messing around. I'm bored. I'll be telling. So, yeah, I'm never going to throw no shots. People are trying to twist my words and stuff like that, and they trying to have fun with it, and then they get mad at me because I'm trying to have some fun with it too. I'm like, so it's okay. I'm going to never throw no shot at Auburn for real.
Chad Baker-Mazara there, no shade at Auburn. That was not AI generated. There was a young person sitting in his lap, right, Todd?
Yes, she is actually there.
Okay.
Is there a reason she's there?
Listen, the one thing she has no interest in is what Chad Baker-Mazara is saying.
Or the gushers that dude's opening.
Or the gushers the guy is tearing up that bag to get.
Is she the one running his social media is my question.
She appears to be tweeting.
Chad is volatile. Is that a fair way to call it?
He runs hot occasionally.
Yeah. I think by the time we get to turn of the calendar, I think people probably will not be talking a lot of USC basketball.
Oh, you don't think so? They don't have staying power?
I don't think so.
Because I was going to say, the NCAA loves to do the matchups that they say they don't love to do, but they love to do them. Like if the seeding fell right, a USC-Auburn game in the first round, you could see it happening.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. Now, you say the problem is USC's not going to be there.
I don't know.
Auburn drilled Wofford last night, 93-62. Give me cut number 13. Forster also, we were texting about Tahaad Pettiford. You, I don't know if you have your text graphic.
I do.
Right. Oh, here it is. This is what Forster sends me after as we finished watching the game last night. He sends me Pettiford's stat lines. 4 of 17, 4 of 13, 4 of 13. He's got 9, 13, and 11 points in the last 3 games. Oh, by the way, they play Houston this weekend. Really good defensive team.
Yeah, they don't guard you.
Yeah. So time for a primetime Pettiford to show up and score some points. Here's Stephen Pearl. Stephen, are you worried about Pettiford's production offensively? Here's Stephen.
Yeah, the offense doesn't bother me at all. Like 4 for 17, I don't care about that. Like I know that his shots are going to fall. What I do care about is the attention to detail and the effort on the defensive end. Like, he has got to continue to be locked in on that side of the ball, especially when his offense isn't going. And I have very high expectations, and I have very high standards for Tahaad being our only returner. So, he did a good job of facilitating the ball with 5 assists, had 4 turnovers. Obviously, good plus minus, but he's got to be better on the defensive end. He's got to dive on the floor for loose balls. He's got to, and when he is locked in, like he's such a great defender, but he has these moments and these lulls where he stands up and he gets back cut too many times, or he gives up an offensive rebound. And, I just know that I know what he's capable of because I've seen it on film so many times. And I watched the Houston game, and like that dude was in a stance for 40 minutes, at Houston. And that's why we won the game. It wasn't his offense. He was guarding. He was being physical. He was checking dudes out. Like, he was doing diving on the floor. Like, those are the little things that I need Tahaad to do. And I think when his defense picks up, that's when his offense will get going.
Okay, what he said there is what I'm going to bring up here because they play Houston next. I can't remember all the teams they played so far, but it's been Wofford, and somebody else I don't care about.
Bethune-Cookman.
Yeah, it's been nobody's.
Yeah, it's nobody's. They haven't played anybody with a pulse yet.
Tahaad Pettiford, stay in the NBA, come back. Stay in the NBA, come back. He came back. He didn't come back to play against Bethune-Cookman and Wofford. Sunday against Houston. Let's see what Tahaad Pettiford does in that game. It's easier to be engaged defensively and offensively when you're playing a name brand and not playing the Woffords and the Bethune-Cookmans of the world.
Yeah, but if you're struggling from the field like Tahaad is right now, and Tahaad is shooting, what is he shooting overall? 27.9%. I think, to me, the problem might be, and look, Keyshawn Murphy is out right now. I guess he'll be back for Houston. They said he was in an emergency situation. If they really needed him against Wofford, he could have played last night. But Keyshawn Hall and Keyshawn Murphy, trust those guys a little bit more in the offense because I think they're going to be a big part of it. Maybe Tahaad's just trying to carry this right now. And but the shooting woes do bother me a little bit, especially when you're about to play Houston.
So if he's 3 for 14 and 8 points, what are you going to say then?
He keeps shooting. I mean,
I'll say this. That's what Houston does to me.
Okay,
and then we'll worry about it again the next game.
I mean, Tahaad's going to be fine, but I do think, Hall and Murphy, once you realize that, those are going to be the big three, or at least should be, I think it makes him that much better of a player.
So excited for Alabama hosting number 1 in the coaches, number 2 in the AP poll, Purdue, tomorrow night in Coleman Coliseum. And as I said earlier, Alabama future opponent Illinois beat Texas Tech, battle of 2 top 14 teams, and Gonzaga beat Creighton last night 90-63. If you watched Louisville beat Kentucky 96-88, you saw Mo Diabate starting for Kentucky.
Yep.
He ended up with 7 points, 4 rebounds, played 18 minutes. If you've watched North Carolina, who won last night, they're 3-0. Jaron Stevenson, former Alabama player, starts for them. He had a cool 15 for North Carolina last night. And then if you're watching UNLV, future Alabama opponent out in Vegas, Nas Cunningham, who redshirted all last year, 5-star guy from Jersey, left Alabama, went to UNLV. He starts for them, scoring 15 points a game.
Yeah, I don't want to say Diabate and Stevenson are cast-offs, but, I mean, who would have thought that Alabama basketball would get so good that the guys that aren't necessarily primary guys go off and starts for the Kentuckys, the North Carolinas, and the UNLVs of the world.
No,
that
is
crazy.
Pretty wild, yeah. And Alabama is still really good without them, is your point.
Yeah.
It almost looks like, and maybe this is the case to your point.
They weren't going to get the minutes they wanted.
Yeah, we have this much money to spend next year, and these are the guys we're going to spend the money on, and if you want to stay for this, you can stay for this, or you can go somewhere else and get more. And Diabate got banked to go play at Kentucky.
By the way, of all people, Louisville and Kentucky don't need me to tell them how to do basketball, but I would play that game right there every year.
Right there? I liked it a little closer to Christmas. It used to be played like the week of Christmas.
To me, it gets lost then, but
when they
because
moved,
of football?
Yeah, when they move, it was always like the Saturday before Christmas. But what have they moved there now? The college football playoffs.
That's right.
So to your point.
Louisville, Kentucky was fantastic last night. I would play it on Veterans Day every night. Just make it a Veterans Day tradition, maybe honor veterans or something that way, whether you're at Rupp or at Yum. It was a great event last night. There was no football on. That game got the spotlight I think a game like that deserves. But, all they talked about in the game was that this is the earliest it's ever been played.
That's right.
It had never been played prior to Kentucky and Louisville playing football even.
Yeah, it's For basketball, it's unique because they only play one time a year. They're not in the same conference. They hate each other. And when I worked up there, it was so much fun to go to that game.
It was a fun game last night.
So much fun. And part of it was also the Christmas lights were up. But, of course, now we've got Christmas lights up in November, so it's the same thing. All right, before we get to Whacked Out Wednesday, tell us about our friends at Gray's Tree Service LT. And we have fun things that are happening with Gray's right now as well.
Yep, we will give you more information on that as we get it. But Gray's, if you've got some dead trees around your lot, you want to make sure you get those things extracted. They can cause serious property damage. Founded over 30 years ago, family-owned, community-based, Bessemer, Birmingham, over 80 employees, free estimates on all services, including the removal, the trimming, the health. You care for your lawn, care for your trees as well. Trusted by nearly every golf course in town. At the Birmingham Zoo, no competition. Call 205-255-1239 for a free estimate. Tell them the next round sent you. You can scan the QR code or just visit graystree.com.
The College Football Spotlight.
It is the Shannara Spotlight. We do it every single day. This is Whacked Out Wednesday, where we give you a team that is going to blow somebody out greater than the point spread could even imagine. It is presented by our guy, Alexander Shannara, Trial Attorneys. When you're in need of an attorney, Shannara.com. Shannara.com. You don't pay a dime unless they win your case. Listen, you know that Alexander Shannara, for quite a while, has handled personal injury cases. You might not know it has expanded even bigger than that. Fire and storm damage claims, bad drug and device claims, disability, workers' compensation, a host of other claims. When you find yourself in need of an attorney, Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Shannara.com. Shannara.com.
Listen, before we get into Whacked Out Wednesday, it's when we see a point spread and we think it should be, okay, that's a big point spread or that's a point spread. It's going to be a lot different. The favorite's going to win by a lot. Whacked out point line. One of the bigger games in the country is Notre Dame and Pittsburgh. Did you guys know Pittsburgh's the third best rushing defense in college football?
I did not know that. Pat Narduzzi's a defensive guy, though.
Yeah,
That
he
shouldn't
is.
come as a huge surprise, I guess.
Are you familiar with the name Isaac Brown, Louisville running back?
Yeah, Louisville running back, yeah.
Pitt held him in control.
Okay.
Notre Dame likes to run the ball.
I've heard. Jeremiah Love, that's their guy.
Whacked out. Notre Dame kills Pitt 45-13 this weekend. So Whacked Out Wednesday. Not enough point spread. Notre Dame annihilates Pittsburgh.
You want me to do mine?
Yeah, I mean, I didn't draw, so you can hold.
No, you didn't draw.
Okay.
That's okay. There's not enough points you can put on this one.
Not enough.
Not enough.
Yeah, it's hard to cover 45-13. Was that 32?
I don't know. I don't know what the most one-sided game in the SEC has been this year. It could have been last week Kentucky pounding Florida. That was, 35-7? Was that the final on that?
Sure the hell it's not going to be Kentucky and Tennessee Tech.
No, I don't think so.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about conference game. I don't know what the most one-sided was, but I think Florida-Kentucky might have been it, which tells me Florida's packed it in, boys.
Oh, they checked out?
They have checked out on old Billy Gonzalez.
They have checked out.
They have checked out. And
they've gone fishing?
They've gone fishing. And last night, out of the blue, Ole Miss, who won? They won. They dropped in the rankings.
Oh, no.
Which is going to piss off Lane Kiffin. And Lane Kiffin's trying to prove points.
I've never seen Lane Kiffin pissed off.
He's about to be the highest paid coach in all of football. So you literally cannot put enough points on this one. Ole Miss is absolutely going to destroy the Florida Gators.
Can I just comment real quick?
You may. I left too much space over here.
No,
Okay.
no.
All right.
The O and the detail on the O and the M, but specifically the O, is what makes that spectacular.
That's the way they do it.
I know. That's what I'm saying.
I didn't just do a normal O. I followed the pattern.
That O and that
Thank you.
M is what makes that. That is spot on.
Hotty-totty.
Yeah. I mean, the O is so good. I forgive the little misstep. It's like you're on the B.
Where's the misstep?
A little wobble on the second S.
Another
at the
red
top.
marker.
Yeah.
R.I.P.
It's a Lance tradition every Tuesday and Wednesday.
Like you were doing such a degree of difficulty on that O and M.
Yeah,
that's
too
a little
squared
wobble.
off. Too squared off at the end.
Yeah, so you maybe you don't get a 10, but it's a 9.9. I mean, that is spectacular.
Don't lose. Thank you very much. It's very kind of me.
9.9. He's only slightly disappointed in you.
I know. Just one.
Well, I mean, I can't give him a 10 because of the
underwood.
second S, but that is so spot on. I mean, if you threw that on the side of a helmet, I think it would work.
So thank you, Jim. Don't lose sight of the fact that Ole Miss is going to destroy Florida. Florida checked out. Lane Kiffin pissed off because they dropped. Trying to prove a point. Trying to become the highest paid coach. Playing at home. It all adds up to an absolute whipping.
Here's what I think happened. Billy Gonzalez had their attention for a week against Georgia.
This is the way it goes with interim coaches.
And then after that, he tried to coach them really hard.
That's right.
After that loss.
Doesn't work.
And when you're an interim coach, you try to coach them hard. It doesn't work.
Well,
and Lagway got benched, healthy bench halfway through that game, which usually tells me little personality issue right there.
Yeah.
He's back starting this week.
But you know what also happens here is this is not going to happen as much with Auburn because there's a shot Durkin gets this job. Nobody at Florida thinks Billy Gonzalez is getting this job. So you know what this staff is doing right now? They're worried about where am I living
they're
next
making
year?
phone calls.
That's right. Where am I coaching next year?
Can I tell you where you're wrong about this, though?
Okay, where am I wrong?
Yeah. Why Florida is actually a live dog in this? I would imagine
not with Billy Gonzalez.
No,
live
I
dog.
would imagine 80% of the Florida players think they're showcasing their talents for their future head coach this weekend. That's why Florida plays it close.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
That's why I'm here for you.
That's why you're here. Because another thing to add to this was the embarrassment of Ole Miss losing to Florida. This is a revenge game. I mean, there's so much stacks up for Ole Miss, but you're right.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players on there that are like, that's my head coach over there. Let me show him how I can play.
So
I didn't think about that.
You had a little ACC flavor. I'm going to the ACC. The thing that scares me about this, it is a November game. But Miami right now it's at 15th. They need style points. They're going against a defense for NC State that is awful. Wolfpack defense giving up over 30 points per game, 111th right now in scoring defense. I think Miami goes out. They're laying 14.5. I think they lay the wood against NC State. Big style points for Miami.
I thought of Miami because you're right. They've got no other option but just to try to destroy people right now.
And to your point, it seems like inevitably it's not always easy for these committees, these selection committees. And the thing that makes it even tougher for this selection committee if Miami plays to its talent in these final few games, because now they had them 18th last week, and everybody was like, you've got Miami 18th, and they've beaten USF, they beat Notre Dame, whatever you think of Florida back then, they beat Florida. They've only lost 2 games.
And it took
to one-loss ACC teams.
Took a disaster from Carson Beck against Louisville, and then a couple of bad drops against SMU, but 1 possession losses to both.
That's right, and you got them 18th, so they corrected. They put them at 15th, and then as everyone points out, and we were talking about it earlier in the show, the people right ahead of them, all the way up to number 6, all have tough games left to play. They could all lose, and if Miami's blowing people out, the committee's gonna be like, oh God. We are going to have to put Miami in this thing.
So who all do they finish with, Miami? So they've got NC State this week. Hang on, let me see. Because, we cannot discount them getting right back in that position and Mario Cristobal completely blowing it. But I got to see, they got to play. It's an ACC schedule, so it's very likely a team without a pulse. Oh, no, they're at Pitt the last Saturday, and that could be a massive game for Pitt.
Rivalry game, Pitt, Miami.
Yes.
Border war.
So their next 2 after NC State are at Virginia Tech and at Pitt. I don't think Virginia Tech much, but that game in Pittsburgh, that's a tricky game.
Where's that ballroom in Texas they go to gather? Is it in Plano, Sulphur Springs, Plano, Denton, Texas, wherever the committee gathers to sit and watch?
Yeah.
They're going to be cheering their butts off for NC State and Pitt. They don't want Miami to be a problem down the stretch.
The Miami issue. Yeah, at Pitt, that's an interesting game because that could be everything for Pitt. They play Notre Dame this week, which the Pitt coach has already, Pat Narduzzi's already told you that's not a meaningful game. But Pitt is at Georgia Tech next week, which is a huge ACC game. And then if they win that one, that Miami game is massive for Pitt. Interesting matchup there.
Yeah. Florida playing for their future coach.
That's right. I did not think of that. I did not think of that angle.
At least on my whacked out game, the opposing coach has already said it doesn't mean he could lose 103-3.
Don't care.
Yeah, do not care. They can score 100 points. It doesn't bother me.
Is this an ACC game?
Yeah.
I didn't think so. Don't care.
It was a whacked out comment.
That's right.
For a whacked out game. All right. Show being brought to you by our friends at Hemp Hill Services. Running, flowing, draining. If it's not doing any of that stuff right, Hemp Hill's the people to call.
205-229-2090. Adam, Chad, Andrew, the guys there awaiting your call. Hard to stop a train. Trusted name Birmingham's trusted since 1954 for any and all of these issues, from the plumbing, the cooling, the heating. 205-229-2090 or hemphillservices.com.
Brad Bell, that is the name you've heard me say on this show so many times.
Brad Bell.
Brad Bell. It's the name my wife found when it came time to redo the master bath in the Brown house. She scoured the internet, looking for the right person for the job. Time and time again, she came back to the name Brad Bell, so that's who we went with. We were so thrilled we did. His crews did tremendous work. I'll tell you what he specializes in: master bath, kitchen, and master bedroom closets. That is his specialty. It's not to say it's all he does, but the reason he specializes in that is you spend a lot of time in those rooms when you own your home. And when you go to sell your home, you'll make some of your money back on those rooms. When it's time to replace that tired, outdated room in your home, Brad Bell is the guy that can do it. 205-422-1758. 205-422-1758, the number to get Brad to come out and look at your job. Or if you want to see more and contact Brad online, you can do it there. AlabamaBathRemodels.com. That's AlabamaBathRemodels.com. 205-422-1758 or AlabamaBathRemodels.com.
Take the next round anywhere you go with official Next Round gear. Buy yours today at nextround.store.
Honey, a while back, life knocked me flat on my behind. I was hit by an 18-wheeler, and Lord of mercy, it left me hurting. Now, I heard through the grapevine that Alexander Shannara had recovered big money for some people. You been hurt? Can't work? Don't sit there suffering. Call my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Ain't gonna cost you a dime, so pick up the phone and dial 659-777-7777 or go to Shannara.com, because when I called, Alexander Shannara answered.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
This hour of the Next Round is presented by the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, now featuring 7 days of giveaways with your chance to win a share of up to $125,000. The more you visit the Birmingham Racecourse Casino, the more chances you have to win.
At Central State Bank, we are large enough to serve you and small enough to know you. Manage your money with ease, whether it's mobile banking, hassle-free checking, competitive loans, business solutions, or personalized financial advice. We're your hometown bank with big-time service. Visit us today and experience banking made simple, because at Central State Bank, you come first.
Member FDIC.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
Thanksgiving is here, and let the New York Butcher Shop be the place to get all of your holiday meal items. Their premium turkeys are fresh, free-range, and hormone-free. The New York Butcher Shop also has a wide selection of chef-prepared side items to help save you time in the kitchen. Pick up a bottle of wine, and your meal will be complete. Turkeys are selling fast, so place your order today. 2 locations to serve you, in Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Hey, let me tell you about our friends at Urology Centers of Alabama. Compassionate and comprehensive urological care with 35 physicians, 17 locations across Alabama. Their patient-centered approach to all of your urological needs. Remember, they've got that new men's health center. It is beautiful, helping men with a wide range of sensitive male issues in a comfortable environment. You can always go online, visit urologycentersalabama.com, schedule an appointment with one of their many urologists today.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Get all your favorite Next Round gear all in one place, nextround.store. From our Next Round hats to the logo tees to the all-time best-selling Y'all Can Have the Rest shirt, you can look your best by shopping with us at nextround.store. Take the Next Round anywhere with nextround.store.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Jim Dunaway, Lance Taylor, Ryan Brown. Live from the Birmingham Racecourse Casino Studios, the Next Round, presented by Bud Light, is on now.
All right, we're going to pick some of these big games at the end of the year here in a second. Ralph Russo has given us 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games that will impact the college football playoff race. Most of them are ACC games, so it really doesn't matter. Are you guys sort of cheering that the ACC doesn't get in?
I kind of want, it's just such a remote possibility, though.
But that gives us two non-power fours.
Yeah, that's going to water down the playoffs. I mean, I kind of like it. It'd be funny with the ACC, but then I got two Group 5s in the playoffs.
Yeah, if you want a competitive game, you want Miami probably.
You want Miami to sneak in somehow.
If it meant, well, it can't happen that way. Yeah, I mean, you got to have, for that to happen, it's got to be 2 Group 5 teams, right? There's no other way around it.
Yeah, top 5 conference champions, so it'd have to be an American and
a Sun Belt or something like that. So they put South Florida in.
Yeah, because San Diego State, by the way, got blitzed by Hawaii last night.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen this time of year. So they put South Florida in last night. I don't even know how close their next Group of 5 team would be, I guess what I would have to say is how close James Madison would be, because that'd be the next one.
Again, I was watching a lot of basketball too last night, so I didn't actually see the selection show. If anybody saw it, did they actually do the Group of 5 rankings again?
They didn't
have to do that last night, right?
Yeah, because they had South Florida in. As soon as they got to number 1 and showed that it was still Indiana 2, Ohio State 1, I was going to basketball. I didn't even stick around and watch the interviews. They dragged that show on. I mean, God bless Reese. He's having to fill 30 minutes.
I don't have ESPN right now.
I can't even watch it.
Yeah.
I was on Fubu.
I did talk to Tommy Firestick yesterday.
Oh, good. Tommy's on the job?
Thinking about making a move here.
All right. Yeah. Tommy got some options for you.
Yeah.
Do you have to meet him like?
Maggie was talking to me about maybe direct TV streaming again. And I was like, let's hold our on. Then I got upstairs and I sent her a word. I said, hey, I just paid I think it's $20 extra for the ESPN connection to our Hulu.
Yeah.
So I've already got the bundle, and I could watch all the, no offense, but all the crappy games. But if it's actually on ESPN or ESPN2 or ESPNU, I can't watch it. I got to pay for the ESPN app, so I dropped to $20.
It is incredibly cheap of YouTube that I have to go click something to get my $20. The fact that they don't just automatically give $20, how cheap is that?
Yeah,
because they know so many people aren't going to go click that, and they're not going to have to pay it.
Well, everybody go click it.
Well, I would hope. Yeah. I mean, I've had trouble finding it, to be honest with you. I know
think
Maddie,
it's only on the browser.
That's what you have to use the web browser. I was trying to do it on my phone.
And how many people are going to the YouTube
TV
web browser?
They're making it as complicated as possible for a reason. Yeah. We're going to give you $20, but
you're almost cheer because I sent it to Maggie for Maggie to do it for our household,
right?
And she was like, "Have you already done this? I don't want to do it twice." And I said, "I haven't, but please let's try to do it twice for 2 different devices
Maybe we'll get
in
40.
case they've messed up and their $3 trillion business may accidentally give us a couple of 20s. Would not hurt my feelings." This hour brought to you by our friends at Champy's world famous fried chicken. Before we get back to some Alabama football discussion, is what it has now turned out to be the biggest game of the year for Alabama. Oklahoma coming to town. And our friends at Champy's get you ready for that tailgating over in Tuscaloosa, 2:30. Perfect kick time, perfect tailgating time. You can get over there and tailgate. Plenty of time with Champy's chicken, the fried chicken that's brined overnight, cooked to order, juicy down to the bone. A Mississippi Delta recipe tamales, the hand-cut chicken fingers, all that. Take it to the stadium with you. Tailgate, go watch 2:30 Alabama and Oklahoma play, and then come out instead of getting in that traffic. Do a post-game tailgate. Pull some more chicken out from our friends at Champy's, Highway 119 in Alabaster, champy'schicken.com.
Hey, can I just really quickly close this? I saw it on Twitter, and Landmine Believer says that Yahoo Sports is reporting Google and Disney have agreed on the ESPN price. ESPN's not holding this up. It's the price for ABC, which blows my mind. What's anybody watching on ABC?
Sports.
Well, I mean, but
Harry
hell,
Potter weekend on ABC Family, now known as Freeform.
If you can agree on the ESPN price, how can you not agree on the ABC price? The only thing anybody's watching there is sports.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
can't even tell you what's on ABC.
I mean, do you think it's been an embarrassing week for LSU?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, terms come out that when they offered $30 million, one lump sum buyout, Trace Armstrong and Kelly's representative said, we'll go $43 million. And that's when they started this whole horrible public relations.
So they started at 30. Kelly's side started at 43.
It was 25 first.
25, okay.
And they were like, no, 30. They countered with 43. Well, I mean, I haven't done this before, But
I come back at 35.
If I come at 35 and then you say 40 and then at 37.5, are we done with this?
Yeah. And nobody gets embarrassed?
Yeah, nobody gets embarrassed? I mean, what happened? So you offered me $30 million lump sum. I'm asking for 43 of the 54 you owe me.
Yeah, you're saving $11 million.
Right. And we probably would have whittled it down to 37.5. Why are we doing all this in the press?
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
And if you want to know, tonight, The Golden Bachelor. It is the finale. I heard that he was upset it wasn't a bunch of young girls.
Oh, really? It's
that
people
it was
his
a bunch
age?
of cougars. Yeah.
Yes.
But I did hear that he was pissed off about that. Shark Tank is after that, then Late Local and Jimmy Kimmel and Nightline.
Yeah, well, I can't believe that's what's holding this deal up.
Yeah.
That's it. Where are you going to get Grey's Anatomy? At 911?
I know.
I feel like we'll have it done by the weekend.
Well, I mean, they have missed 2 football weekends and 2 Monday Night Footballs, which is pretty remarkable.
Yeah, that's why I thought to myself they probably never going to get it done because it's gone so deep. But.
Well, I'll tell you why I think it happens this weekend.
Why?
Because I spent $20 last night to go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
And that's why I didn't
your backup
That's why I didn't do it last week. I was like, as soon as I do this, they're going to make the announcement. If I switch to Hulu, they're going to make the announcement. YouTube TV's back on. I'm going to be like, I preferred that better. Or if I went to DirecTV Stream. And I was like, as soon as I do this ESPN app, they're going to announce that it's back together. And it'll happen before this week.
I tell you what's going to be fascinating. And I had this conversation with somebody that's involved in the industry, but the grandfather of sports bars with DirecTV Sunday Ticket ends at the end of this year.
Yep.
And I just wonder how hard they're going to get jammed up on this next
That's
contract.
what a lot of people don't know is Sunday Ticket in restaurants is still through DirecTV.
You know what it costs one restaurant?
For a Sunday Ticket?
I guess.
Yeah.
So real quick.
For the season, this is per location.
So DirecTV,
depends on seats, but I mean, most of these sports bars are kind of.
So Sunday Ticket, I think, cost me $380.
Yeah.
I think that's right. As a YouTube customer.
$15,000 for a season.
Do you know that, or are you guessing?
I'm just guessing.
I'm going somewhere like that. I was going to say $1,000 a weekend, so I was going to say $17,500.
That's probably how they do it now. That I think about this number is 18,000. So it's the 18 weeks, so it's $1,000 a week.
$1,000 a weekend.
Yeah. But, I mean, they more than make that. I mean, if you don't have it, it's a death sentence.
That's what DirecTV charges?
That's what DirecTV charges per location of sports bars.
What do you imagine Google's going to charge now?
More than that.
Yeah.
But have you ever been in a sports bar? No. I know you have. But have you ever been in a sports bar when it's...
Where they don't have games?
When it's raining?
Oh,
yeah.
I've never really seen that.
It's happened to me twice.
Yeah.
And you go in there and they're on the old dish and they're on the stream, and all the TVs start phasing out. I'm looking around. I'm like, it's like the apocalypse. I'm like, dang, what do you do now?
I know. Well,
I'm not here for the food. Yeah. Which tells you it's never happened at Walk-Ons. Our friends at Walk-Ons ready to go, where they have all the games for you. They have all the TVs for you. You can jump in with Walk-Ons. The great food there. 3 locations in our area that we'd love to tell you about. The one right near the Hoover Met, the one here on Highway 280 in Tattersall, and then, of course, the one out in Trussville. Matt and the guys do a wonderful job at Walk-Ons. Little taste from Louisiana with all your sports food. They got the bone-in wings. They added that a couple of years ago to go with their the wing bites. The burgers, the varsity burgers are so good. They've got the unbelievable taco selections, the salads, and the beer selection. I mean, if you had to guess how many beers on tap they have at Walk-Ons?
Oh, I would say...
At least 40.
I was going to say 48.
Yeah, I would at least 40.
Yeah.
On tap. And then others that you buy by the bottle or the can. It's Walk-Ons and just the TV setup. Best TV setup of all time, our friends at Walk-Ons, bringing you part of the show today. Always hosting our kickoff parties. We appreciate their friendship over the years so much. Alabama getting ready to play Oklahoma this weekend. Brent Venables, whether you think he's on the hot seat or not, he's got a pretty good football team this year. He's got a great defense. He's a great defensive mind. When Brent Venables, great defensive mind, occasional sign stealer, looks at Ty Simpson, what does he see? Here's the Oklahoma coach on the Alabama quarterback.
Well, he's a coach's kid. His dad's a college football coach, and so he's been around the game, so he's got good instincts for it. Again, well-versed in what they're trying to do, and then understanding what he's seeing. But he's got great maturity, really good decision-making, very decisive. He's got great arm talent. And, again, keeps him out of bad plays. You go back and, again, their turnover margin, they they lead the SEC in turnover margin, and that there's not a stat that's more important than that. And taking care of the football, making good decisions, not putting them in harm's way is the job of the quarterback. And when you've got good players, you've got good coaches, and you take care of the ball, good things, will happen. I think since 23, when we've won the turnover margin, I think we're 16-0. And so that's just, that's something that they've done at a really high level. I think a year ago, I don't know where exactly they ranked a year ago at this time, but it wasn't, they're not in the same place from a, taking care of a ball standpoint.
When you are a guy like Brent Venables, you think the quarterback being a coach's son impacts your ability to confuse him a little bit more, because Venables is great at disguising and confusing?
I mean, maybe. I mean, his football acumen might be a little bit different.
He seemed to emphasize that a lot right there.
Well, so I don't think anybody's taking Oklahoma seriously as far as the number 11 team, 7-2. Their 2 losses, they really weren't close against Texas, and even in the 8.1 possession loss against Ole Miss, they just seem like the lesser of the team. This would be, in my opinion, his biggest win at Oklahoma if they were able to run in there and beat Alabama, because they'll be favored in the next 2 games, at home against Missouri and at home against LSU. So if they win this game, they have an outstanding opportunity to get to a college football playoff. So this is a massive game.
We talk about numbers for Oklahoma in the box to stop the run, how many they can stop the run without having the box packed. The bigger numbers question, Brown, is how many numbers does Alabama have to keep in to protect Ty Simpson against this Oklahoma pass rush?
Yeah, I mean, again, we talked about this earlier. 33 sacks this year for Oklahoma, which is 4th in the country. And do you have to devote another body in there that is not running a pass route?
Yeah, Cuevas has been such a good part. Does he have to stay in and protect?
Yeah.
Jam Miller, does he have to stay in and protect?
Can you play, if you don't trust Daniel Hill and the pass pro, can you play him as much as you've been playing him?
Yeah.
I mean, that it's little things like that you have to question. I feel like Alabama's a better pass blocking team than run blocking team, though, don't you? I mean, the results tell you
the results definitely tell you that.
The results tell you that Alabama's better at pass blocking than run blocking. So I guess, if you want one stressed, it would be the pass blocking. You're probably better at that.
Yeah. But can they do it with just their 5, or does Cuevas come off?
You're gonna have to
jam out there more.
Yeah, you're gonna have to sack me maybe twice before I devote a tight end to it. I don't know about you guys, but if I'm Ryan Grubb, my tight ends are so valuable in the pass game, and I can't run the ball effectively. I'm probably gonna have to get sacked a couple times before I start having to devote a tight end to helping out my tackles.
Cut 7, Ryan Williams here. This guy's catching a lot of balls lately, getting open a lot, playing really good football. Ryan Williams gets asked about his favorite Ty Simpson trait. What's the one thing he loves about his quarterback? Here's Ryan Williams.
Definitely his confidence in his guys. Just like I've said before, being on the field with a guy that's confident in you, whether it's 1st down and 10, 4th and 1, and, he just believes in his guys and believes in his guys are better than the other team's guys. And, I mean, that's all you can ask for as a receiver.
And then that gets us to the matchup that few people probably remember. Do you guys remember when South Alabama played Western Kentucky a few years ago?
Oh, sure.
No.
I was paying for part of that game, and I didn't even watch it, Jim.
Kane Womack was the head coach at South Alabama, also running the defense. Ben Arbuckle was at Western Kentucky. Ben Arbuckle, now the OC at Oklahoma. Kane Womack, now the defensive coordinator in Alabama. Cut number 3, Tyler. Here's Kane Womack talking about when he put his defense on the field against Ben Arbuckle's offense when it was South Alabama versus Western Kentucky. How'd that go, Kane?
Coach, last time you faced off against Ben Arbuckle was the New Orleans Bowl. What do you remember about that matchup at South Alabama, and what have you seen, and what do you see in the Oklahoma offense right now, what he's doing with the Oklahoma offense right now?
Yeah, we got our ass kicked is what happened. Yeah. So I appreciate you bringing that up. I needed a little edge this morning, so that's good. No, they I feel like we have faced this offense and this system a number of times over the years, and I think they do a great job just schematically They attack you vertically downfield. They're aggressive. They got great RPO answers into their run game schemes, and they always have, little one-off runs that you got to defend. They do a good job of changing those things up. I think, Ben did a great job in that game and has done a good job, in his first year there at Oklahoma. And so it'll be a good challenge for us. I mean, this is the SEC. You face really good offensive minds every single week, and you have a body of work that you've put on tape that you have to answer for. Some of those things are good things that we put on film. Some of those things are not, and if they're not, they're probably going to show up in the game plan, right? And so those are things that we really try to be mindful of ourselves in terms of, how we can fix those things. But certainly, they'll present a number of schematic challenges for us this week.
Yeah, that we got our ass kicked.
That New Orleans Bowl. Western Kentucky, led by Austin Reed, 522 passing yards and 44 points.
It's a revenge game.
I think you would take. I mean,
did Austin Reed have five working fingers?
He did have 5 working fingers. I think you would take maybe the 155 they gave up on the ground, but the 522 through the year.
Yeah.
Wait, they had over 600 yards of offense.
677 yards of offense.
Yeah, what were they on third down?
6 of 13.
Oh, that's
they got them to third down at least 13 times.
They had to earn their way.
My goodness, 600 and something yards. I sort of like that though.
But Kane's he's awake on this one.
I don't think this Oklahoma team is capable of even touching 500.
Well, Zach says that in the
yards.
chat room, like, hey, this Oklahoma defense is a handful, but their offense is broken.
Yeah, it is.
And I kind of agree with Zach. I agree with you. That offense, I don't know if it's the injury. I don't know if it's Arbuckle on film. I don't know what it is. Maybe all of the above. But it is broken.
Coming off a bye week is Oklahoma. They've had 2 weeks to prepare. By the way, Texas, coming off a bye week, going to play Georgia.
Right.
Georgia's played 3 straight games. Alabama's played just the one, so Alabama's more rested than Georgia. But Georgia's at the end of a tough little stretch here. And the two biggest games, both of the teams, the visiting teams, coming off byes.
The last 3 weeks out, though, that we've seen Oklahoma, if you could get that point production, I think you're going to be very much in this game. They score 26 at South Carolina, 26 at home against Ole Miss, and 33 at Tennessee. If you can get those numbers, 25 to 30 points, I think Oklahoma wins the game.
I don't know. Zach is so focused on this in the chat room every week. I don't know why it bothers him so much. He said, we just need Womack to have that same energy wearing his shooting vest and fanny pack. Can he finish it? His shooting vest and fanny pack bandolier this weekend. Kane couldn't figure out where to keep that little control box, so he's going with the bandolier. His shooting vest and his fanny pack bandolier. I mean, Kane's got to put it somewhere, man.
He does. One more thing in this segment before we get to trash coming up. It is NFL related. It's brought to you by our friends at CPAP Plus Sleep Home Alabama, right here on 280 and some other locations.
Yeah, there are 3 Birmingham locations we'll tell you about because we want you to get in. They've got a great promotion going on from the O'Neill brothers. Stop in, see our friends at CPAP Plus. Make sure you show them your ResMed score, and they are going to give you an opportunity for free equipment. Here's the way it works. The locations: Pelham, Trussville, Inverness, Highway 280. You show your ResMed My Air Sleep score, you're automatically entered to win a brand new ResMed Air Mini Travel CPAP worth $900. The Show Your Score raffle runs through December 31st, 2025, so don't miss out on it. Get all the details. Go to o'neillmed.com. That is ONEAL med.com.
And our wonderful friends at the Pants Store. It's the holiday season. Glad to have a partnership with these folks all the time. Just a wonderful business operation. Pantstore.com. They'll ship anywhere in the world. If you're watching us right now, order for the holidays for the Alabama Auburn fans in your life. The polos, the hats, the quarter zips, the sweatshirts, famous name brands like Gentile and Antigua, Cutter and Buck, Horn Legend. Nothing says War Eagle Roll Tide like the Pants Store, and gift for the ladies as well, including the boots and the platforms, the sneakers, the dresses, the rompers, and everything you can imagine at the Pants Store. Free alterations, free gift wrapping, Huntsville and Auburn, Tuscaloosa, and all over Birmingham and anywhere. Pantstore.com, Pantstore.com. Rob Gronkowski, a New England Patriot today. He's retiring as a Patriot.
Should.
Good for him. Travis Hunter, done for the year, season-ending knee surgery. Had been placed on the IR since Halloween, but they ended up doing the surgery, so he's done for the year. Offensively, ends up with 28 catches, 298 yards, and a touchdown. It'll be fascinating for me to see coming out off of a knee surgery, first one of his career. Does he still try to play both ways when he comes back?
Because that's going to be the narrative, right? Is, look, this kid couldn't even make it through one season trying to play both ways before he had to have surgery.
The wear and tear.
The wear and tear of playing both ways.
And don't know if that really was it because, the wear and tear of all the plays he played at Colorado much more than he was playing here.
I agree completely. You've got bigger issues on that team. You've married a quarterback that had one good year, and he is an average quarterback. At best, an average quarterback in the NFL.
I mean, that's the way it is played out.
Yeah, I mean, that's the bigger issue with whether you got him as a receiver or not.
Aaron Glenn, coach of the Jets, they play tomorrow night, by the way, Thursday night, refusing to talk about Garrett Wilson's injury. He's refusing to answer questions, opening the door for many in the media to wonder if he is just choosing not to play during this rebuild.
Well, and he's blamed it on Rich Simony, who covers the Jets, who apparently reported some sourced material about Garrett Wilson's injury that Aaron Glenn had not commented on. So they asked Aaron Glenn for comment yesterday. He goes, go ask Rich. And they're like, well, Rich is a reporter. You're the head coach of the franchise. We'd like your comment. He goes, you've got my comment. I'm not saying anything. Go ask Rich. He knows all the injury news. So he got real pissy about it.
Right.
And it's, I think, a pretty bad look for Aaron Glenn personally. But, I don't think Aaron Glenn cares. But, I mean, the bigger story is,
what a waste of talent.
Is Garrett Wilson playing? But, Lance, why play him right now? You've already given up on the season, right, if he's anywhere close to injured.
Do you really give up on the season as a first-year coach? You're still trying to figure out long-term quarterback.
His franchise has. They traded away all their good players except for Garrett Wilson.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They traded away Sauce Gardner.
No, there's no doubt.
His owner and general manager made a choice.
And then, ironically, they've won back-to-back games. Yeah. They've won their first 2 games of the season after trading everyone.
After trading all their good players,
And now they've got the hottest team in the AFC tomorrow night in New England. I've heard about these New England uniforms.
Oh,
Chief, see if you can find them for me.
What are we doing here?
I heard this. This is the one, the thing that maybe my best takeaway from
Patriots uniform
Boomer and
Thursday
Gio this morning. Because Boomer was like, man, these uniforms are incredible. And apparently they're brand new.
Oh, so they're not the throwbacks?
No. What are we doing here?
Well,
God, they've got the NE looks like
it's very Ole Miss like.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say it's almost like. I'm going to say this, and please, it's initial reaction, so don't hold me to this forever.
The helmet's just Bush League.
I'm going to say I like it actually better than I do their current real uniforms.
So I like you like the snapping Patriot.
Oh yeah,
right?
Yeah, everybody likes that.
Yeah, I think everybody likes the snapping Patriot.
The Steve Grogan. uniforms.
Tony East and Steve Grogan era. Yeah, I don't know what this is.
This looks like it's Homewood. This is Homewood High School.
Well, the NE on the shoulder, the NE on the shoulder looks like an old Nintendo game where you didn't have the rights to the team name, so you just did NE instead of New England.
Okay, but is that better than, hey, will you pull Rams for Sunday? This is the first time they've ever unveiled these uniforms. And I'm going to get to see them play in the rain. I know Georgia fans were bitching a couple of years ago when they beat TCU.
The roof is closed.
They didn't close it.
No. It's the open side.
It's the open side.
Yeah, that's what was getting.
I've got to figure out where that is.
Yeah, it's all around. You need to sit more towards the center.
because I don't have tickets yet. So
but don't sit near the tops.
This is midnight mode. Is what the Rams are doing.
Yeah,
I don't like that either, Lance.
Look, it grew on me a little bit. I don't like the mixing in the black just for the hell. That's what I like, the blue on the shoulder.
You do like that?
I like that more than just all black.
I'd go all black, honestly. The part I dislike is the blue on the shoulder.
Yeah, I don't understand why teams mix it.
I don't know. What are we doing in the NFL? I mean, we can't even get everybody.
But you know what? We'll get to the stadium, and I'm sure we'll end up buying one of these black midnight mode
you know what?
jerseys.
I was stunned when I went to the Dolphins-Falcons game a couple of weeks ago. How many Dolphins fans were there in that terrible jersey that we wore that one night, the black that looked like the Marlins? Tons of Dolphins fans wearing those.
Well, that's why they sell them, I guess.
I mean, I guess it ain't going away if they'll buy them.
When I went to the Bucks-Falcons game to start the year, everybody was in these
creamsicle.
The creamsicle. Yeah.
Which they should be. That's your best jersey.
It is back. It is back. Everyone loves it now. All right. Little different uniforms for the games coming up this weekend. When we come back, there was one more NFL thing that I wanted to get to. I said the other stuff just to get to this. Jahmyr Gibbs, Georgia Tech and Alabama running back, becomes only the 5th NFL player, only the 5th one ever, to have 40 touchdowns before he's 24 years old.
That's hard to believe.
Wow.
And I wouldn't realize that Gibbs had that many touchdowns.
I'm with you. That's a very quiet 40 touchdowns.
You've got, Amon-Ra St. Brown. You've
Jameson
got
Williams.
Montgomery runs it in a lot.
Yeah, you got so many freaking guys.
40 touchdowns before the age of 24. And wait for it. He's going to lead this list most likely before the end of the year.
Because he's just now 24?
He doesn't turn 24 until the end of this year. So he's got 8 more regular season games this year.
Uh-huh.
He's got 41. Right above him on the list, Jim Brown, who had 42.
Okay. Mustard jacket?
Before he was 24.
I'm going to guess all these are mustard jackets, huh?
You tell me, Brownie. The one right above Jim Brown, Emmitt Smith, who had 43 before he was 24.
Wow, mustard jacket.
Right above him, or actually tied with him, Randy Moss, who had 43 before he was 24.
Mustard jacket.
And the number to beat, Barry Sanders, who had 47 before he was 24.
That's a clean sweep.
So just 6 to tie Barry Sanders, 7 to be the all-time touchdown leader in the NFL before the age of 24. Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, the scoring's a lot different, but if you ask me right now, Gibbs, as good as he's been, Hall of Fame or not,
I'd say no, but boy, he's in pretty good company early.
Wow, you'd say not.
I would
say too,
not,
but I mean, he's as long. I mean, that's going to be a prolific offense for a while. They have got.
Yeah.
It has, like when Ben Johnson left, I kind of thought it would drop off, didn't you? And has it dropped off any at all in your mind?
I mean, in certain games, it's kind of weird. So, like, if you look at the overall thing, it's not as consistent with them putting up 35 points a game. But,
they got that one game where they put up 52 on somebody. I can't remember who it was. It the Bears they put 52 on? Yeah.
Maybe. But, I mean, he's still
like they did that to us.
Yeah.
I mean, he's still on pace to have 1,200 yards. He had 1,400 rushing last year.
Hey, did you see who's starting for the Giants this weekend?
The quarterback?
Yeah.
Jameis Winston.
Yeah, Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I think there's a reason. I think Russell Wilson's probably upset about this, but my take would be Jameis is so tight with Jackson Dart, and it's kind of become his mentor on that team, and Mike Kafka, who's taken over. I think, him working closely with the quarterbacks, I think he thinks it's better, maybe long-term, if they keep Jameis as the backup
instead
next
of Russell
year.
Wilson, yeah. It's interesting.
I just thought that was, Jahmyr Gibbs.
Yeah, and let me correct myself.
Jim Brown, 2 touchdowns, Emmitt Smith.
That's insane.
If Gibbs can do these numbers for 5 more years, which is going to be nearly impossible, but he would be a Hall of Famer at that point.
In that offense, he's going to have options.
We had to break here, brought to you by our friends at Michelson Laser Vision. Tell us about Michelson Laser Vision.
205-969-8100, the number that I called back in 2003. Make sure you ask for Amy Teller. The Next Round sent you. They're going to hook you up with a hassle-free consultation. You have 0 to lose to find out if LASIK is right for you. 205-969-8100. For more information, michelsonlaservision.com.
And this hour brought to you by our friends at Champy's World Famous Fried Chicken. Look at those Mississippi. You can almost see the steam coming off your screen right now if you're watching us on the video platform. The Mississippi Delta recipe tamales. So unique. If you hate tamales, but you've never had a Mississippi Delta recipe tamale, then try them. They're delicious. Hand-cut chicken fingers, chicken brined overnight, juicy to the bone. It's all right there. Highway 119, Champy's Chicken, home of Sterling, and the best Southern comfort food you'll ever get, champy'schicken.com.
Follow Brownie on Twitter and Instagram at Ryan Brown Live.
Honey, a while back, life knocked me flat on my behind. I was hit by an 18-wheeler, and Lord of mercy, it left me hurting. Now, I heard through the grapevine that Alexander Shannara had recovered big money for some people. You been hurt? Can't work? Don't sit there suffering. Call my people at Alexander Shannara Trial Attorneys. Ain't gonna cost you a dime, so pick up the phone and dial 659-777-7777 or go to Shannara.com, because when I called, Alexander Shannara answered.
Call me, Alabama.
No representation made that the legal services provided are better than legal services provided by other attorneys.
Sterling and the fine folks at Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster want to welcome you in for a great lunch or dinner starting at 11 a.m. every day. Chicken that's brined overnight and cooked to order, and the taste of the Delta with those Delta recipe tamales. Champy's is perfect for all your tailgating needs this football season. You can also choose Champy's for your next party, wedding, or birthday. Great food, great people. Champy's Chicken on Highway 119 in Alabaster, and everything online at champy'schicken.com.
What are you waiting for? It's non-stop gaming action at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Come play more than 900 of the latest and greatest games around, featuring fun bonuses and big jackpots. You can wager and win on horse and greyhound races from all over the world. There are more ways to win at Birmingham Racecourse Casino. Birmingham Racecourse Casino, located off I-459 exit 31 Derby Parkway. Must be 21 or older.
Twin Peaks is the best in the game. Here, you're in the red zone for every college rivalry and divisional matchup all season long. I mean, where else are the scenic views as good as your view of the game? Only at Twin Peaks, the #1 sports bar.
Think about the best summer nights of your life. How many of those were in a great t-shirt? Visit nextround.store to get the perfect t-shirt for the next perfect Southern night. Nextround.store, the memories are waiting. Storm season is here. Make sure you have a plan of action in place right now. Greg from Pell City and Storm Restoration Roofing should be your first call when storms hit. Insurance companies love working with Storm Restoration Roofing because of Greg Nelson's name and reputation in the industry. When storms hit, call Greg Nelson. He's local, 205-542-3531. He's the home of the free no-cost roof inspection. Greg from Pell City on Facebook, 205-542-3531. It's Storm Restoration Roofing.
Thanksgiving is here, and let the New York Butcher Shop be the place to get all of your holiday meal items. Their premium turkeys are fresh, free-range, and hormone-free. The New York Butcher Shop also has a wide selection of chef-prepared side items to help save you time in the kitchen. Pick up a bottle of wine, and your meal will be complete. Turkeys are selling fast, so place your order today. 2 locations to serve you, in Cahaba Heights and on Highway 119 in Greystone. The New York Butcher Shop. Rare quality, well-done service.
Hey, there's nothing worse than waking up to a plumbing problem. Don't get caught in a flooded house. Call the guys at Hemphill Services. Adam, Chad, and the team at Hemphill are the only ones I trust to fix it and fix it right the first time. Hemphill Services does it right and always at a fair price. For all of your plumbing, cooling, and heating needs, trust the name that Birmingham has trusted since 1954. That is Hemphill Services. Call now, 205-229-2090. That's 205-229-2090.
It's bow time. Tired of choosing between sweet and savory? Why not have both? Introducing Bojangles' new chicken and bowberry waffles. The bold Cajun chicken filet you love, now drizzled with a bowberry honey glaze and sandwiched between 2 warm waffles. Which means your favorite meal of the day just met your new favorite dish. And lucky for you, it's served all day. But it's only here for a limited time, so try chicken and bowberry waffles at Bojangles today. It's bow time.
Trash in a second. I just want to clean the sheet of football stuff so I don't have to rewrite it for tomorrow.
Okay.
The Clean My Sheet football stuff brought to you by our friends at Odie's, where you guys are enjoying Wednesday nights.
Yeah, working on that question for tonight. Odie's Tavern will be out there a little after 8 o'clock. The weather is getting warmer, too. What are we going to be, 70 by the end of the day?
Yeah, 70.
It's going to be nice.
Yeah, so stop in, see us. We do this every single Wednesday night. The original location in Crestline of Odie's. You can get there early, enjoy the great food from Rodney Davis, the award-winning wings, delicious burgers, fantastic sandwiches like the Diablo sandwich, ice-cold beer buckets full of the Bud Light, and, of course, the Odie's famous cup cocktails. Get in. Come see us tonight, 8 o'clock, 2 locations, Crestline, also Edgewood and Homewood. Get in, see Will Haver and that great staff. Birmingham Institution is Odie's Tavern.
Have you seen the couple from England that are touring the state of Alabama, and they went to an Alabama game, and they're on TikTok and all that?
Yeah, I think it was the...
They went to Bama, Tennessee.
Yeah,
it was
Tennessee
Bama
game,
they
yeah.
went to. They went to Odie's as well, and that's one of their videos. Somebody sent me a link to the video that they visited Odie's.
For y'all's trivia?
No, they weren't there for trivia. That's unfortunate. They were actually there on Halloween because our friend Dee, that is one of the bartenders.
Did she have her witch shirt on?
No, she had on her costume, so you can tell it was on Halloween.
Yeah. Kiss Me, I Make Brittle shirt.
That's Bronny.
Okay.
So no, it's a different person. But yeah, so they went to Odie's as one of their videos.
Did they try to compare it to an Irish pub?
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, this is amazing." Have you seen it, Tyler?
I have. There's another one where they go to, I think it's the Peanut Company downtown.
Yeah.
And they're like, "Oh, it's a little industrial British pub." It's just like, no,
no, you're Birmingham. Those people are
Glad
fun.
they enjoy it, though.
They love Birmingham, man. They're like,
Yeah.
the people here are so nice.
Truthfully,
cobblestone streets.
I know. It's
Truthfully,
Birmingham.
they looked annoying as hell at the Tennessee game.
Oh,
Everyone
did
was
they?
raving about that. Oh, this is awesome. Anything. I kept thinking to myself, if I was sitting right next to him trying to watch the Alabama Tennessee
I
game,
would not have enjoyed that. Yeah. Their video, though, is fun.
Them doing this, like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, that would
I'd
be
be
pretty
like,
annoying.
hey,
Yeah. Hey.
Don't spill my bourbon. Okay, so I don't have to rewrite this stuff.
Okay, go.
Mike Norvell says there'll be a title in the near future at Florida State.
I don't think so. So Brown knows the Florida State fan I was with last night, and he said we do not have the money to fire him. We are saddled with Mike Norvell, and there's nothing we can do about it.
It's a broke
and
program.
He is not a fan.
Yeah, broke program.
Yeah.
Rich Rodriguez, by the way, has won 2 games in a row.
And has also beat Pittsburgh earlier. I mean, this has not been a bad year for West Virginia. Based on circumstances, first year. I'll be very interested to see in a wide-open Big 12 what he's able to do in the next couple of years.
That's right. I mean, it seems like he's doing really well.
Yeah, the most recent coach he beat was Coach Prime, and boy,
that program has gone to the
that
tank.
program has just been destroyed, and you just wonder, are we near the end? Coach Prime's in poor health, unfortunately, and it just looks like it's laborsome for him right now.
They moved to Juju Lewis starting.
Yeah, didn't impact anything.
About to burn his red shirt, I guess. I don't know. I don't know the numbers game, but he played at West Virginia. They were more competitive than they were the previous 2, but it does feel like near the end for them. Missouri State, first year in the FBS, they have won 6 games. They're petitioning the NCAA. I wish we'd get rid of this stupid rule.
I don't even know why it's a rule.
For them to be bowl eligible. It seems like Jack State had to do it and got turned down, didn't they? Or did
I can't
that?
remember how that turned out, to be honest with you.
I've actually had Missouri State a couple of times, and watching their coach and how he operates, and I forgot what his name is. He looks like a guy that
he replaced Petrino, though, right? Is he the guy that replaced Petrino?
But it was Petrino to sort of get that program churning again.
Yeah. I don't understand why. I think the thought behind the rule was to try to stop people from making the jump so quickly from FCS to FBS. By the way, that is not working.
It is not.
Everybody in the world is trying to get to FBS now.
You know what stops it? Saying no, you cannot join our conference.
But I don't know if they could do that. I don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Jay says the Missouri State head coach is actually the son-in-law of Coach Petrino.
Oh,
I did not know that. What a connection.
Wow.
Yeah, all right.
They're really good.
Ryan Beard.
Ryan Beard.
Name, yeah. Bobby P's son-in-law, huh?
Northern Illinois plays UMass tonight. Northern Illinois is 2-7. UMass is the last FBS team to not win a game. They're 0-9.
Yeah, Sam Houston State was that, and they won at Oregon State. Yeah.
UMass is 0-9, playing a 2-7 team. They are an 11.5-point underdog at home tonight, UMass. So bad NIU against UMass, and at home you're an 11.5-point dog.
Yeah, that's hard
tonight.
to do.
That's a bad team. Ty Simpson is a Maxwell Award semifinalist. He's one of 13 semifinalists. That goes to the most outstanding player in college football. Alabama, since 2012, has won it with A.J. McCarron, Derrick Henry, Tua Tagovailoa, Devontae Smith, and Bryce Young.
So they've done well in that awards.
Yeah. That's the some people call it the precursor to the Heisman. A.J. didn't win the Heisman. Henry did. Tua did not.
Tua did not win the Heisman.
Devontae and B.Y. did, though.
Yeah.
Interesting.
People are getting on Gus Johnson for declaring Mendoza the Heisman Trophy winner on his touchdown call. I'm like, y'all know he doesn't get to pick it. He's just saying that. I mean,
give him the Heisman.
Give him the Heisman. I don't know why people are so wound up
He is the most polarized, because I know, way back when we were doing a show.
I love Gus.
I thought it was a top 5 call.
You guys
love
love
Gus. He lost his voice a little too much for me.
He wears me out.
He lost his voice. You got to get to the end.
We praise Sean McDonough when he cracks.
His voice cracks. He doesn't lose it. It cracks. I love Sean McDonough. He's my favorite, in fact.
He is my favorite.
Yeah. He's gotten a lot of Bama games this year, McDonough has.
Yeah, he and McElroy. I almost texted McElroy and asked him, does he get the same per diem if he's just staying at his own house? I mean, I would. I'd want my same travel. I'd want my same travel.
I got to drive over there.
I can't help you guys keep putting me in Tuscaloosa.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, freaking Cole gets Kentucky every week.
Yeah.
McElroy gets Alabama every week.
Yeah. I mean, Cole and Tom.
McElroy gets the better of the.
You think?
Yeah. He gets to sleep in his own bed.
I know.
November, Kentucky for Tom, Cole, and Jordan.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
It's every week. Now, they don't get it this week. I guess they're at Mississippi State, Missouri. I think they've been straight prime time all year. So I think they're going to get Mississippi State, Missouri, which.
Yeah, they're the prime time. I mean,
that
that's
is
Missouri
really
contending for the playoffs.
Really? Who are you, Eli Drinkwitz?
I'm just saying. Zellers, third string quarterback against Smith. I like Mississippi State in that game.
Okay, well, at least they'll get a bit of an upset.
They've been on fire against the number.
Mississippi State?
Yeah.
Until the Georgia game.
Until the Georgia game, yeah.
And then I cannot, I wanted to go back and find who said this, but you keep bringing up Colin Klein every day, so I've got to say this so I don't have to write it down again or do research to find out who said it. But somebody was like, they're friends with Cliff Kingsbury. And when Cliff Kingsbury got his job at Texas Tech, he had told people privately, I'm not ready for this job. Like, I'm too young. I don't have a Rolodex of even the assistants to hire. And they were using that as a comparison to Colin Klein, that maybe he's too young so far for this job to get a job like Arkansas or somewhere else, because he doesn't even have the Rolodex or the contacts in his phone, as you would say in 2025, Jim, to even put together a coaching staff that you need a little bit more time to, like Cliff Kingsbury, much better head coach now if he gets another shot compared to when he was the last time. Maybe it's too early for Colin Klein.
I think it depends on the individual. I mean, would you have said that about Sean McVay when he was 30 years old taking the Rams job?
Probably.
Still the fourth youngest head coach in the NFL, which is insane. He's been doing it for a decade. From what I hear, Colin Klein's ready, but...
by the way, if Miami moves on from McDaniel, Kingsbury is a hot name down there. That's the rumors are. I know. I'm not excited about it. But that's
and then maybe Kyler Murray will come in.
Oh, great. Yeah.
I mean, but just
so we go from one hurt quarterback to another?
Oh, to take over with the Dolphins.
Take over the Dolphins, not the Hurricanes. No.
Yeah.
Cliff Kingsbury to Mike McDaniel to Cliff Kingsbury.
Yeah.
That's one of the names that is rumored that Stephen Ross, the owner, is really infatuated with, is Cliff Kingsbury.
Hey, don't you feel like
what is he? He's the Commander's OC right now.
Yeah.
Is that right? Yeah.
Don't you? How come Lane Kiffin doesn't get mentioned for that job?
For Miami?
Yeah.
I'd take him over Cliff Kingsbury. I don't know. It's a good question. I mean, first of all, the job's not open yet, and McDaniel could still save his job. I
think the only Kiffin link is the Jackson Dart.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Miami could, if you look at their next four, could easily be 7-7, and all of a sudden McDaniel's in save the job territory.
But did Kiffin never overlap with Tua? No.
No, I think I thought he recruited him though, Lance.
Maybe.
No, that was Bryce Young. I think he was a heavy recruiter on.
No, that was
No, he did.
Sark with Bryce Young. It was Tua for Lane, yeah.
I don't think so, because Tua played for Brian Dable, was his first offensive coordinator, and Lane didn't come in until after that, right?
For Tua?
Wait a minute.
Tua was there in 17.
That's
18,
right. Yeah. So it was Lane. Yeah.
Yeah, because Lane would have recruited him at 16, right?
Yeah. Yeah, but Tua's first game was Dable in the national championship game. That was the first time he really came in and played
it
significantly.
was Lane that said, look, Alabaster.
It's the Hawaii of Alabama.
It's the Hawaii of the South.
Yeah.
You'll want to move right here. This is where you want to move. All right, let's get to trash. It is brought to you today by our friends at Inverness Country Club. Man, Brown's hitting the ball today at Inverness.
That is correct, Jimmy D. I can't wait.
The Inverness Country Club, it's a great, fun course. If you're looking for that country club membership, you need to check out the Inverness Country Club, because they got memberships that fit everyone, from the social to the golf. Maybe you relocated or retired. Great place to network is the Inverness Country Club. Best days happen there. Child care is also a huge plus. Take a tour of the club today. Call Aaron 205-991-8608. That's 205-991-8608, or online iccalabama.com.
Thank you. Well, this is a great way to get started, and I haven't even won all my games yet. It's a great night to be a Tiger. I'm here with my family, and we are so excited to be in the great state of Louisiana, but more importantly, to be with you great fans, and to be part of what is going to be an incredible ride here at Louisiana State University.
LT's Trash is presented by Bud Light.
Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Another programming reminder, we will be at the Innisfree Irish Pub in Tuscaloosa, 11 to 2 this Friday, getting ready for Oklahoma and Alabama.
Well, that's more cringeworthy now, hearing him do that fake accent.
Oh, it is.
Now that when he did it.
Yeah. Family.
So I am all in on this one. I did not like the pretzel cheddar club at I thought the bun just did not work at Chick-fil-A.
Yeah.
Ooh, I've kind of liked it. You didn't like that?
I did not like it.
How do you guys get anything other than the original when you're there?
I like variety.
Their version of the pretzel bun was like too stale, not too stale,
Yeah.
but too stiff.
It
wasn't spongy enough.
It's a very good way to put it there, Tyler.
Almost like a pretzel?
Yes.
Well, I mean, you get a pretzel bun at any other establishment, and it still is a bun.
Yeah, I wanted to try it out, but how about this one? Chicken and waffles.
Oh, yeah, I'm in.
From Chick-fil-A. It's chicken waffle sandwich, but unfortunately only in select markets. starting December 1st. The test is rolling out in Baltimore and San Antonio. Now, Baltimore locations reportedly serve 2 versions of the sandwich, breakfast size and a larger lunch and dinner option. San Antonio's test, they are just going to stick with the breakfast menu. Both will feature Chick-fil-A's signature crispy chicken paired with smoked bacon and warm maple waffles.
It looks like a lot, to be honest with you. McDonald's one time had a...
Still do.
Yeah, the McGriddle.
The McGriddle, yeah.
Still do.
And there was they still got that? And there was
I've only had it one time in my life. It was on my golfing trip.
It was too sweet.
Yeah.
My golfing trip, I thought it was, I was like, where's this been my whole life? But I
really?
haven't gone back one time.
So where's it been my whole life? And I've never had it again.
Yeah, but I was so hungover. We were going to play golf.
Yeah.
And and I was like, so I got 2 of them, and it was the greatest thing ever invented, as some mornings are.
Yeah.
You know
It's
what's
like, oh my
crazy?
God.
These so like this might come back, because I was talking to a guy in the restaurant business, and there is an algorithm that they use, that restaurants do, and they can tell you if there are these 10 items that somebody tries, they will 100% come back for those 10 items.
Interesting.
Isn't that crazy? We've got an algorithm like that.
So they keep track of what I order, and if I try one of those 10 things, or try all 10 of them.
Yeah, if you try one of those 10
I try
things,
one of those
you
10,
will
I
be
will come
back
back
to order that thing again.
Interesting.
I'm
a creature of habit.
I am
If
too.
I
Me
find
too.
something I like at a
Oh,
restaurant, I
I'm
go hard.
stuck.
I go hard.
Me too. Like right now, I told you guys, I am skipping going to eat out to go home for these rice bowls. I'm just making it home. Like, I had a rotisserie chicken, a little black bean, and a bowl of rice yesterday for lunch. It was hot on a cold day, and it was delicious.
You eat it with chopsticks?
Did not, no. It was delicious.
So I brought up the Fire Stick earlier. Amazon's got a crackdown on Fire Stick privacy. It is escalating as 4 men arrested in the UK over an alleged illegal sports streaming operation, generating hundreds of thousands of pounds per year.
This sounds
It does sound very familiar.
Weirdly familiar.
According to The Athletic, the individuals were detained on suspicion of copyright and money laundering offenses after police carried out raids across 4 properties during the final week of October. Investigators say the case began with one suspect believed to be selling illegal IPTV services. Review of his bank activity linked him to a wider network of resellers operating across the country. That led officers to 3 more men, all suspected of being connected to the same organized crime group. It is funny that I read this, and yesterday had a good long conversation with Tommy Firestick.
Yeah. Not his real name.
Not
right?
his real name. Yeah. Don't
name.
look that up in the phone book.
Yeah.
Now, each suspect is alleged to have run their own cluster of IPTV sellers beneath them. Early estimates suggest wider operation was pulling in 6-figure annual profits. All 4 interviewed, later released pending further investigation. Report was the group sold hacked Amazon Fire Sticks as part of the scheme, which Amazon has now made a priority to stamp out. I was told you can just roll into Best Buy, Target, whatever. You can buy the Fire Stick, and it's a lot cheaper than what everybody else is paying.
Yes, because it's illegal. You see,
That's the way that works normally, right?
A few icons here. This one is for an app called Popcorn Time.
What's that get me? Movies?
Whatever movie you want.
Okay.
Like new
Even if
releases too, right?
Yeah, like if it's still in theaters, you might be watching it, and out of nowhere you'll see somebody stand up and do the little excuse me.
I saw No Country for Old Men. I saw it twice in the theater, but then somebody sent me one of these pirated copies, and I had people getting up at the theater watching it.
And Showbox was how I watched Game of Thrones in high school, because I didn't buy HBO.
So wait, that's what a Fire Stick is?
No.
That's what those apps are, but those are jailbroken apps.
Yeah, that's the
the
thing.
thing.
You get a
Android
full
device, a
jailbreak.
desktop, or
A Fire Stick turns your TV into a smart TV. A Fire Stick gets all the apps on your TV. Most TVs you buy now come with that.
Yeah, so then if you get a jailbroken Fire Stick that has got access to everything, it means it's just been opened up illegally to all access.
Yeah, like Fire Stick, Roku, they used to have a little device, or I guess they still do, but now most TVs just have it built in, where I can load the YouTube app and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was the equivalent of back in the DirecTV days, the old card we would get programmed. I remember there was a dude that cut hair, and we would go to his place. This is back in early 2000s, and we would give him the card, and you come back the next day, and they reprogrammed it, and you had absolutely everything. Every affiliate from ABC, CBS, NBC, Fox, across the country, every live movie. I mean, it was incredible.
I had one of those, and you popped it into your DirecTV. Yep. Yeah, but somehow they would police it, and it would get deactivated. Did that happen to you?
Yeah, you can still Google I think it was Black Sunday they called it, when they finally found out a way to disable
them. But you had everything.
It was great.
From DirecTV. All you had to do was pop that little card in there. You don't remember that?
No.
Do you remember the DirecTV box that had the card in it, though?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, but this was a jailbroken card, and you could pop it in and get anything you wanted.
So jailbroken is the phrase I'm looking for here?
Yes, that's the phrase you're looking for.
Or cracked. You'll see both of those.
Yeah, I remember it was when in the height of it, when it was Gladiator had just come out on pay-per-view.
Yeah.
I probably saw Gladiator 30 times.
Hey, by the way,
wait, you saw it 30 times on pay-per-view for free.
Yeah.
But you give Brown a hard time about once walking past
that's the double standard.
I paid my card, though. I paid for that card.
Right.
Yeah, I paid something.
For that illegal card.
Brown went into a movie one time.
One time. It gets brought up all the time. Hey, by the way, when I was at the Falcons...
And Brown used the card, too. You heard that,
right? I did use the
Yeah.
card, yes. I admitted it. I was at the Falcons... When I was at the Dolphins-Falcons game, I opened YouTube TV to watch some other games. And now YouTube TV has me in Atlanta. Like, everything I get's Atlanta. And I tried to watch one of the NFL games the other day, and it blocked it because it said, I'm out of my market or something like that. I'm like, and I can't get it to go back to Birmingham. I cannot figure out how to get my YouTube TV.
You can't just change the location?
Yeah, so I'm trying to do it. It will not change it. It stays in Atlanta.
When I did that, I didn't change my location. It just says, are you traveling? And I said, yes.
I said yes, but somehow it's got me in Atlanta now.
Yeah.
I swear. I knew that. I don't know, man.
Is your
YouTube TV is on my last nerve.
TV jailbroke?
No, I
Nick
paid for it.
in the chat says you need to allow your location, Brownie.
I thought I did. I don't know.
So, serial Guinness World Record breaker David Rush. I'm going to assume he does not have a job if he is a serial world record breaker. He appeared on Spanish TV series El Hormiguero, captured the title for the most cucumbers snapped in 30 seconds.
Ooh, that's a bad snap on a bad channel name.
Damn, that is quick.
Boy, he is quick, isn't he? That guy's good with a cucumber.
He holds more than 300 Guinness World Record titles, traveled to Spain to appear on the popular series El Hormiguero, which translates to the anthill, to break a Guinness World Record in the name of science, he said. Now, Rush managed to snap 65 cucumbers in half in 30 seconds, obliterating previous record of 50.
Dude's super excited about doing that.
Yeah.
Don't know why this, records should be something that it's somewhat significant, right?
Well, I tell you what, if that was a woman, she couldn't get a date to save her life.
I don't get it, bro.
I do.
I mean, would you want a woman that's that good snapping a cucumber, Jim?
Is she jailbroke? Cracked?
She could end up there.
And finally, Apple's latest product turning heads for its simplistic design and high price tag.
Oh,
You gotta
wow.
be kidding me.
The Pocket is actually a knitted bag, though it might be more apt to describe it as a sock designed to snugly encase your iPhone instead of just sticking it in your purse or pocket. Maybe Kane Womack needs this.
Instead of the bandolier.
Get it for him in crimson.
He could have the Snuggie on his arm.
The limited edition collaboration with Japanese designer Issey Miyake can be yours for an eye-watering $229.95. That's for the crossbody version, available in blue, brown, or black.
It's a sock. How much?
$229.95. Now, you can get the shorter of a version is available in additional color options for $149.95,
That's what I'm going with.
which can be hooked over your arm or tied to a bag.
So just to recap, it only carries my phone.
That's it.
Yeah.
You probably put other things in there.
Yeah, but then now when you pull your phone out, all that crap's going to fall out.
The best part of this was in the press release. They said that the design was inspired by a piece of cloth.
Yeah, a sock.
Right.
And Issey Miyake was the designer that used to make Steve Jobs turtlenecks. So that's why they went with that.
So let's go with no style.
Forrester says, you know what you put in those? Your dignity.
Yeah.
Or in some parts of the world, your feet.
But because of the price point, you will see a lot of chicks will roll around with this. Probably.
Oh, yeah, 100%. It'll become trendy.
Or, there'll be the Louis Vuitton will take on their own edition of this and charge $1,500, and then people will really
line up to buy them.
That's all I got.
That is Trash Today, brought to you by the wonderful folks at Gutter Cap. Leaves are falling, wind is blowing, pain in the butt, man.
Yeah, inevitable the leaves are going to fall. The one thing you don't want to do is fall, especially fall off your roof. Imagine the scenario. You get up there, the dirty, dangerous job. You've already been working all day. Last thing you want to do, you slip, you fall, snap the neck and die. No good to the wife or kids. Cap it, don't snap it. 205-823-2212. Tell Chris Stewart, the guys from the next round sent you. He's going to hook you up with an absolutely free estimate. You have zero to lose to find out if gutter cap is right for you. 205-823-2212 or guttercapbirmingham.com.
Okay, Forrester Brooks, y'all keep listening here and see who this eliminates from the playoffs. Ralph Russo, the Athletic, has given us 12 games that will impact the playoffs. Don't forget point spreads, just who wins the game. Notre Dame Pitt this weekend.
Notre Dame.
So Pitt with a loss. Virginia Duke. Virginia with a loss. USF Navy.
USF.
Now, USF has issues with Navy, but give me USF up for the game.
Okay, so Navy loses. Week 13, USC Oregon.
Probably Oregon, but I think it'll be a really, really tough game for
I'll go Oregon.
BYU Cincinnati.
BYU.
Pitt Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech. That's a tough one. It's in Atlanta, Lance, if that matters to you.
Yeah, I'm going to take Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
Okay. Louisville SMU.
Yeah, SMU.
Georgia Tech, Week 14.
That's at Mercedes-Benz Stadium, so it's going to be more Georgia fans there anyway.
It's going to be a fun game. I'm going to take Georgia,
I will go Georgia.
A&M and Texas.
I'll go Texas. I'm going to get sucked in.
Yeah, we'll go Texas.
I went A&M last year.
Vandy, Tennessee.
Vandy.
We'll go Vandy for example. Miami, Pittsburgh.
Miami. Unless it matters to them.
Miami will be a road favorite in that game.
Ohio State, Michigan.
Ohio State. I know Michigan has owned it. It's got to turn at some point.
Yeah.
So did we eliminate anybody from the playoffs that are going to be in there as we watch that, as we went through those win-losses? Brooks?
I eliminated Pitt, Virginia, Navy, USC, Cincinnati, Louisville. Put a question mark by Georgia Tech because they could still win the ACC even with a loss to Georgia.
Yeah.
Vandy could be eliminated since that was a split, but you said, for example, we'll say they win and Michigan eliminated.
Well, that was a lot of teams eliminated.
Yeah.
I mean, look, that November is going to be fascinating.
And that's just rivalry weekend, or is that the next couple weeks?
The next 3 weeks, yeah. Ralph Russo, The Athletic, if you want to go read that. They're behind the paywall at The Athletic. Actually, I think it's free if you get the bundle with ESPN. That's another.
No, is it seriously?
I think so. If you get the bundle with Hulu and Disney and ESPN, I think you get The Athletic for free.
You know, the crazy thing is at the end of the year, there's going to be 2 undefeateds. I think Texas A&M is going to find a loss. I don't know how. Probably Texas. But Ohio State, Indiana. Those are going to be your 2 undefeateds.
That's funny, isn't it? Yeah.
And that'll be the first 1-2 matchup in the Big Ten since 2010. Excuse me. 2006 in the Big Ten when Ohio State and Michigan played each other 1-2.
Yeah, regular season.
Yep, I remember watching it.
Yep.
That was a good game, too. I think it was like 42-35, if I remember.
Hey, full circle. It was the Brody Croyle 11-sack game.
That's right.
Yep. In fact, I stayed at home, didn't go to that Alabama-Auburn game to watch that Ohio State-Michigan game.
But it paid off. That was the game where Schembechler died the night before, didn't he?
Yep. I think so.
Yeah, it was like 42-35, as I remember the score, something like that.
Yep. We actually watched that game together.
We did. I was going to bring that up. You stayed home to dry a tear.
And that heavy TV that you helped carry into my house.
Was that same day where we broke your entertainment cabinet and put that TV in?
We put the TV in the day before so we could watch the game.
Yeah.
Back when I would spontaneously buy things just for one thing.
Well, so how did y'all balance? Did you have another TV set up next to it for
Well,
Iron
no,
Bowl?
it was 11 a.m., 2:30.
No, they were the same time.
I don't think
they were same time.
Oh.
I think they were.
They were same time.
Well, I guess
100%.
we did have 2 TVs.
Yeah, I think I brought her one on the side.
Maybe so.
Yeah, side TV. Brown used to be my side TV guy. All right, that's the show.
That sounds a lot weirder when you say it that way.
It's been a while.
Y'all
got a weird
say
history.
side something else.
Tyler, that even makes it worse.
Yeah.
Sure, add your commentary.
Hey, we go do Bama and bourbon now. New bourbon to drink. New information from Aaron Suttles.
Good bourbon, too.
Good bourbon. Bama and bourbon conversation coming up on the platform. Until next time, God bless you. God bless America.